Chapter 12:18. Old Dragon Treasure Hunt. He has yet to use the divine liquid he obtained from the evil god, but the more divine liquid he had, the better. Xian Rujing is now helping Qin Yun obtain even more divine liquid because evil god's divine liquid is very ordinary. If there is a stronger god's divine liquid, the effect would be much better. The seniors of the Mystic Sea divine race were secretly discussing with voice transmissions. They originally believed that they would be able to let bygones be bygones and work together with Qin Yun and company. This was a win-win situation. But Xian Rujing actually asked them for benefits. This is something they did not expect. They all saw the Sea Demon royal family give Xian Rujing 5 vats of divine liquid before, so they are very clear about Xian Rujing's appetite. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Xian Rujing. Rujing, tell them to give us 1 or 2 jars as a token of appreciation. Xian Rujing replied, 1 or 2 jars. Didn't you see those little water tanks? Therefore, he had to get them to give him 5 jars. Moreover, their altars were very large, so they must have accumulated a lot of divine liquid over the years. Even if we don't have them anymore, we can always get more in the future. The heretic god's divine liquid is too weak. Although the snow goddess was not ranked on the divine list, her divine power was top-notch. The evil god is third-rate, while the demon god and water god are between second-rate and third-rate. They are much better than the evil god. Qin Yun is not surprised that Xian Rujing knows so much because she is the incarnation of ice and snow goddess. It is just that she is currently in dire straits. Rujing, how much snow goddess divine liquid do you have? Qin Yun asked. Not much. I can only get some every once in a while. I will use it together with Sister Lingxue in the future. Xian Rujing lightly sighed and sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. Qin Yun also doesn't know how Xian Rujing obtained the divine liquid. He only knows that she doesn't need to sacrifice anything. Moreover, the divine liquid was transported by Ice Goddess Divine Soul from Divine Desolate. Xian Rujing did not say much about the specific situation. The people of the Xianhai divine race had also finished discussing. The clan leader said to Xian Rujing, "You have just arrived at Seabed Treasure Domain." He definitely didn't have many clues about the immortal supreme treasure. We are about the same, no one can take advantage of the other. Let's cooperate and help each other. We have important clues. Xian Rujing finished speaking and signaled Qin Yun with her eyes. Qin Yun hurriedly took out a repaired puppet, which was none other than Protector 13. After Qin Yun took off Protector 13's clothes, he could see that it was an injured puppet. Xian Shaoqing said with sneer, "This puppet is severely damaged. It was me who sold it to you. It's completely useless." Qin Yun said with smile, "I have repaired this puppet." As he spoke, he demonstrated that the puppet could move and speak. This made Xian Shaoqing feel quite displeased, because this puppet was clearly very useful, yet it was sold so cheaply. "This puppet can lead us to the location of the treasure." Xian Rujing looked at Xian Sea divine race and said, "If you join us, you will be taking advantage of us." The patriarch of the profound sea god race hesitated for a moment before asking, "Is 5 vats of divine liquid enough?" "Of course I can, but I cannot guarantee that you will find the treasure. I will only bring you to that place," Xian Rujing said again. She feels that the location of the treasure is not so simple, therefore she wants to pull Xian Sea divine race people to be the vanguard. And Xian family old man suddenly yelled, "Friends from Xian Sea divine race, don't be in a rush to agree to their terms. We also have a puppet, moreover, it has the mark of floating cloud heavenly seal on it." The old man took out a puppet. Seeing this puppet, Qin Yun, Xian Rujing and Ji Zhenxiao are slightly stunned. They really did not expect that the Xian family would take out a fake puppet. "Our puppet seems to be a lot better than Qin Yun's, moreover it also knows the location of the treasure. You should cooperate with our Xian family. We only want 4 vats of divine liquid," the old man very excitedly said. At this time, Jiang family old man also took out a puppet and shouted that he wants to cooperate with Xian Si divine race. Moreover, he only wants 4 vats of divine liquid. Next are Xian Yuan family and Ji family. The puppets of these few aristocratic families are more or less the same, moreover they seem to be a lot better than Qin Yun's. This caused Xian Si divine race people to hesitate. Di Yuan yelled, "I have Immortal King Floating Clouds robe on me. We need this robe to enter the treasure location, and I can put you inside a storage magic tool and bring you to the treasure location." Many aristocratic families have already heard about this robe. The reason why this robe is in Di Yuan's hands is because he used Xian Spirit Snow and Xian Fengli to threaten Xian Rujing. Of course, Di Yuan doesn't know that it is a fake. Di Yuan said with smile, "Friends from Xian Si divine race, Xian Rujing and Qin Yun are very cunning. You must be careful. I come from Immortal Desolate. My master's father is an immortal inscription master who can refine immortal jade beads. He is very familiar with this robe." Qin Yun spread his hands towards Xian Rujing, indicating that Xian Si divine race people can make their own choice. Xian Si divine race's elders are all hesitating. Di Yuan looked at Sea Demon King and asked, "Friends from Sea Demon Royal Race, do you want to cooperate with us?" Seeing that Di Yuan wants to cooperate with Sea Demon King, Xian Si divine race's clan leader hastily yelled, "We are willing to cooperate with you immortals, but we must find the treasure location, only then will we give you the divine liquid. We can sign a soul contract first." "Alright." Di Yuan laughed loudly, then walked towards Xian Si divine race's clan leader and said, "That's right. We are all honest and upright people, so we will definitely have a good time working together." Xian Rujing curled her lips and did not say anything. Because Xian Si divine race will surely capsize, the puppet and robe in Di Yuan's hands are all fake goods made by Qin Yun. "Let's go," Zhuge Qingxiong said. Old Dragon nodded. Soon after, Qin Yun and the others left together. Other aristocratic families are also trying to rope in Sea Demon Royal Race people. They want to use the clues they have to exchange for divine liquid. Qin Yun, Xian Rujing, Xian Lingxue and Xian Fengli are running with Old Dragon and others. Qin Yun doesn't know where they want to go. Old Dragon only told them to leave that group of people first. After running for less than half a day, the sky gradually darkened. They arrived deep in the mountains. Old Dragon found a place and started a bonfire. Xian Fengli said, "Rujing, I want to go to the Immortal Gate's location. As soon as the Immortal Gate appears, I will immediately return to Immortal Desolate. Big brother, be careful on the road." Xian Rujing also did not ask Xian Fengli to stay. Xian Fengli has a belly full of anger. He was captured by an outsider like Di Yuan. He is extremely furious in his heart. Therefore, he wants to quickly return to Immortal Desolate and report this matter to his family. "Big brother, will my family capture me?" Xian Lingxue anxiously asked. "Lingxue, don't worry. I won't say too much about you, just follow Rujing with peace of mind." Xian Fengli sighed and said, "Goodbye." After Xian Fengli left, Old Dragon said with smile, "Coming from Immortal Desolate is really good. We can return to Immortal Desolate whenever we want." "Senior Old Dragon, do you want to go to Immortal Desolate?" Qin Yun asked. "Of course I want to go. But I heard that if a formidable dragon like me goes to Immortal Desolate, I will be targeted by many dragon catchers. Then I will be besieged by formidable immortals and be captured as mounts." Old Dragon looked at Lu Haikong and said with smile, "This guy is a dragon hunter expert." Qin Yun said with smile, "Senior Old Dragon, I will give you a talisman. It will allow you to hide your aura and avoid being found by things like Dragon Seeking Plate." Qin Yun also took out a talisman and handed it over to Old Dragon. "Dragon Seeking Plate? You also know about this kind of thing?" Old Dragon is somewhat amazed. "He can even refine it," Xian Rujing said. Lu Haikong said with smile, "A Yun, when we return, refine one for me." Back in Ancient Domain, Qin Yun refined a few for Su Xiaoba to use to catch dragons. Now he took out one and gave it to Lu Haikong. After Lu Haikong caught it, he tested it and said with smile, "There are many dragons in this underwater treasure domain." Xian Lingxue is leaning on Xian Rujing's body, drinking fruit juice while listening to these experts chatting. She feels very relieved. "Senior Old Dragon, will you come with us to look for immortal supreme treasure? I have truly obtained an important clue." Xian Rujing suddenly asked. "Immortal supreme treasure should only belong to immortals. To be honest, I am not very interested in immortal supreme treasure. I won't hide it from you, I have been in transcending Xianxi region for so many years, I know some of the secrets of this place. Therefore, I want to explore this place. Do you want to come with us?" Old Dragon said with smile. Zhuge Qingxiong, Duan family head, Lu Haikong and Hu Nongtian all expressed their desire to go with Old Dragon. "We won't be going." Qin Yun took out a storage pouch and handed it over to Lu Haikong. He said with smile, "These are weapons and armor refined for Qingyu. When you return to transcending Xianxi region, give them to her. I will first thank you in place of that little girl." Lu Haikong took the storage pouch and said with smile. Duan family head said with smile, "Senior Lu, there are many dragons in this place, how about we go catch a few?" Old Dragon laughed heartily and said, "All right, I will also go. I want to see what level the dragons here are at. After you catch them, remember to leave a few for me." "Oh, that's right. Mix the divine liquid with dragon meat and roast it. If you use it directly or dilute it, it will be very painful. Naturally, Senior Dragon's body is very strong, it should be no problem to use it directly. Even though Old Dragon is a dragon, he often fights with other dragons." After daybreak, Qin Yun and the others separated from Old Dragon and others. They used sound transmission magic tool to keep in contact. "There are also dragons in this place. Maybe Old Dragon wants to go look for treasures left behind by dragon race," Xian Rujing said. "Maybe." Qin Yun took out Protector 13 and said with smile, "We will also prepare to go look for immortal supreme treasure." "Xiao Yun, you saved me. I still have not thanked you." Xian Lingxue gently smiled at Qin Yun. "She is very charming and gentle. No need to thank me. We are all friends." Xian Rujing said with smile. "Little sister, I want to go back to Immortal Desolate." Xian Lingxue suddenly said, "Why would you go back? After you go back, they will surely put you under house arrest." Xian Rujing curled her lips and said, "Don't do anything stupid. Follow me from now on, don't run around." Chapter 12:19. Chapter 12:19. Illusory strange mountain, what's between us? This guy and I are just friends. Big sister, what nonsense are you thinking? Xian Rujing doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. Qin Yun took out the snow-brilliant battle saber. Nangong Shuuru has repaired the saber in the past few days and even strengthened it a bit. Big sister Lingxue, here you go. Qin Yun handed over the saber. Xian Lingxue took the Snow Yao war saber, looked at it and said in pleasant surprise, "It is repaired. It seems even stronger than before. Xiao Yun, you are truly worthy of being a venerable master." It was not repaired by him, it was repaired by another great beauty. Xian Rujing curled her lips and said, "Big sister, don't look at this guy's prim and proper appearance, he is a womanizer." Qin Yun patted Xian Rujing's butt and said in low groan, "Don't talk nonsense, I am an honest man." "How can an honest man dare to touch a woman's butt?" Xian Rujing looked at Qin Yun with disdainful expression and then pouted. "I touched my wife's butt," Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Xian Lingxue very tenderly caressed the Snow Yao war saber and said with smile, "Little sister, even if Xiao Yun is womanizer, he is still better than Song Fengchen." "Of course." Xian Rujing glanced at Qin Yun. "I have to say, this guy is quite honest and sincere." Qin Yun is speechless, he said to Xian Lingxue. Big Sister Lingxue, does Diyuan not know about your situation? Xian Lingxue somewhat doubtfully asked. What is my situation? Your constitution situation. You cultivated immortal martial spirit at such a young age. This is your innate talent. Qin Yun said with smile. Back then, was it Song Zhaoshe who wanted to marry you to his son? Xian Lingxue is very astonished. She looked at Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing's expression is also perplexed as she asked, What are you talking about? What kind of constitution? What innate talent? Qin Yun thought that Xian Rujing knew about Xian Lingxue. He suddenly feels that Ice and Snow Goddess is a person who only cares about cultivation all day. She doesn't know many things, especially common knowledge outside of divine desolate. Sister Lingxue, you don't know the situation of the immortal martial spirit in your body. It shouldn't belong to you. You're only helping others cultivate it. Qin Yun said with a solemn expression. Did a soul refiner put some inferior martial spirits into your body and let you cultivate an immortal ascension martial spirit? Xian Lingxue's delicate body slightly trembled, then she tightly held Xian Rujing's lily-white hand. Xian Rujing said with frown, Sister, is what he said true? Why didn't you tell me? Is it true that you have the innate saint soul physique? She finally realized what was going on and thought about the innate saint soul physique. Sister, They don't allow me to say anything. Xian Lingxue bit her lips and said softly. When did it start? Do our Xian family elders know? Xian Rujing said in cold voice. Xian Lingxue shook her head. They don't know. After Song Fengchen and I got engaged, Song Zhaoshe brought some soul refiners to find me. I don't know what they did. They placed a small-scale formation inside my half-immortal life crystal. They said it can prevent people from probing my immortal martial spirit. Then, they put a martial spirit into my half-immortal life crystal and told me to properly cultivate that martial spirit. At first I didn't know what they wanted to do. I also promised them that I wouldn't talk about it. Then they took away the immortal martial spirit from my body. I became suspicious. I went to look up books and found out that I have the innate saint soul physique. They used my half-immortal life crystal and body to cultivate ordinary martial spirit into immortal martial spirit and then took it away. Now I am helping them cultivate it for the third time. Xian Rujing cursed in low voice. That bastard Song Zhaoshe. Xian Lingxue very sadly said. Every time they take away my martial spirits from my half-immortal life crystal, I feel very sad. They are martial spirits that I raised since childhood. Does Song Fengchen know about this? Xian Rujing asked. He doesn't know. Song Zhaoshe told me that after I become an immortal, I can sleep with Song Fengchen. That's why Song Fengchen didn't look for me. Xian Lingxue's face turned slightly red as she said in low voice. I looked up some ancient texts. Song Zhaoshe wanted Song Fengchen to use evil technique on me and take away my innate saint soul physique. Qin Yun walked back and forth a few steps and said, Song Fengchen doesn't know about this, so Diyuan also doesn't know. Diyuan felt that you are not even worth a set of clothes, so he took you out to exchange. Xian Rujing very angrily pinched Xian Lingxue's charming and tender face and said in slight anger, If Xiao Yun didn't tell me about this, when would you have told me? You have innate saint soul physique, you should properly use it. They tampered with my half-immortal life crystal. They said that if someone probed my half-immortal life crystal, it would explode, so I didn't dare to tell them. Xian Lingxue is very sad. She bit her lips and said, Every time I think that they want to take away my martial spirit, I feel very sad. If this is truly the case, then whoever probed Xian Lingxue's half-immortal life crystal would explode to death. This is indeed a very vicious method. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing became very angry after hearing this. Xian Rujing looked at Qin Yun and said, Great Venerable Master Qin, it is time for you to take action. You are also a soul-refining master. This shouldn't be difficult for you, right? Xiao Yun, don't. I am afraid that the half-immortal life crystal will explode and harm you. Xian Lingxue lightly yelled. It's fine, he is a professional, he has rich experience in this aspect. Xian Rujing comforted her. Xian Lingxue shook her head. This won't do. Every time they come to take away my half-immortal life crystal, they are very cautious, they are not trying to scare me. Qin Yun thought about it and asked, Sister Lingxue, you said that they place runes inside your half-immortal life crystal? Indeed, moreover those runes are connected to my immortal martial spirit. If I act recklessly with the immortal martial spirit inside my half-immortal life crystal, it will explode. Xian Lingxue nodded and said, You should not try, it is very dangerous. Sister, what is your original martial spirit? Xian Rujing asked again. My original martial spirit is transparent. I also don't know what kind of martial spirit it is. In any case, it has always been following me. It should be an immortal martial spirit. So long as the martial spirit is placed inside my half-immortal life crystal, it will absorb my body's energy and gradually evolve into an immortal martial spirit, or even stronger martial spirit. Qin Yun let little Mo come out. This is magical fairy? Xian Lingxue is very amazed. She promptly extended her lily-white palm and let little Mo land on her palm. It is indeed a magical fairy. It is also a magical fairy high priest. Xian Rujing is not surprised that Qin Yun has this kind of dreadful thing. She also moved over, used her finger to stroke Mo's blue hair and said, Sister, this little fairy can destroy the runes on your half-immortal life crystal. Qin Yun said, Mo, this big sister's half-immortal life crystal has some runes on it, you must help her. Mo's adorable little eyebrows are creased, she said with her delicate and tender voice. Those bad guys are too hateful, I will surely help big sister break those runes. Xian Lingxue very anxiously said, Will there really be no problem? I am afraid that my half-immortal life crystal will explode. Sister, there will be no problem. Mo said, then flew to Xian Lingxue's stomach. Her eyes shot out a ray of light and entered Xian Lingxue's body. After a while, Xian Lingxue's expression became pleasantly surprised. She happily yelled, It is really good. The runes on the half-immortal life crystal are gone. Mo, you are really awesome. Thank you. The bad guy's runes are gone, big sister, you won't have to worry about danger anymore. Mo very happily said with smile. Qin Yun did not let Mo go back. Instead he let her stay behind to play with Xian Lingxue and Xian Rujing. Even Xian Rujing is very fond of this little fairy. She even wanted Qin Yun to give her to accompany her for a period of time. Qin Yun very decisively rejected her. Xiao Yun, thank you for helping me. I won't have to be on tenterhooks anymore. I won't have to lose those pitiful martial spirits. Xian Lingxue sweetly smiled at Qin Yun and caressed Qin Yun's handsome face. Qin Yun said with smile, No need to be polite. After Mo finished playing outside, she returned to the Nine-Sun Divine Soul. Xian Lingxue's eyebrows are tightly knitted, she said in soft voice. Xiao Yun, you helped me so much. I don't know how to thank you, I am truly sorry. Ling Yuner, who is inside the illusory space, said with charming smile, Let her devote her life to you. Sister, no need to thank this guy. Xian Rujing said with smile, He helped me so much, didn't I also not thank him? Be a bit thick-skinned towards him, it won't be a problem. How can that be? I must properly thank Xiao Yun. Xian Lingxue said with slight anger. Xian Rujing curled her lips and said, How can you thank him? He is a soul-refining inscription master, moreover he is a great master. He has many divine liquid in his hands, there is even a high priest of magical fairies. He also has a group of powerful friends by his side. If you want to thank him, you can only marry him. Of course, if you want to marry him, you have to get the consent of his first wife. Qin Yun immediately pinched Xian Rujing's thigh to stop her from talking nonsense. Xian Rujing slapped his hand away and bared her teeth. It looks like she wants to bite him. Big Sister Lingxue, you possess the innate saint spirit body, you will definitely have boundless prospects in the future. Our path of cultivation is still very long. Maybe one day you will become an expert and I will need your help? Qin Yun said with a smile. You just need to remember this kindness. Xiao Yun, I will surely become very strong in the future. Xian Lingxue very confidently nodded her head and said, All right, let's prepare to set off and go find Immortal Supreme Treasure. Xian Rujing patted Protector 13 and said, Quickly take us to find Tiger Turtle. Xian Lingxue said, Little sister, Xiao Yun. I obtained some information. They found a clue from that half of the map. They found a very strange mountain, according to the mark on the map. That mountain is only an illusion. They are still investigating if there is any secret hidden inside. Which direction is that mountain? Qin Yun asked. Xian Lingxue looked at the map and pointed towards a direction. Moreover, the puppet Protector 13 was also heading in that direction. Let's go, we will go take a look. Qin Yun stored away Protector 13 and said with smile, Maybe Tiger Turtle is near that mountain. Chapter 12:20. Tracking Tiger Tortoise. Chapter 12:20. Tracking Tiger Tortoise. Xian Lingxue is leading the way. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing are following behind her towards the illusory mountain marked on the half map. After rushing for several hours, Qin Yun suddenly received sound transmission from Zhizhenxiao. He hastily took out a sound transmission magic tool. Zhizhenxiao cooperated with Qin Yun before and obtained great benefit. Then she found out that Qin Yun is a venerable inscription master, so she naturally wants to hug Qin Yun's thigh tightly. She is now sending sound transmission to Qin Yun to pass on the latest news. Venerable Master Qin, our Ji family has cooperated with Sea Demon Royal Race. We have now arrived at the location marked on the half map. There is a strange illusory mountain here. Qin Yun said with voice transmission, I know about that mountain. Zhizhenxiao said again. We arrived at this mountain without knowing what kind of secret it is hiding. While we were observing, a tortoise suddenly ran out. That tortoise is very ferocious, its speed is very fast, all the elders are chasing after it. I guess the other half of the map is inside the tortoise's body. Qin Yun is startled in his heart. The tiger tortoise has actually been discovered. Alright, many thanks. Qin Yun stored away the sound transmission magic tool. Xian Rujing and Xian Lingxue also stopped. What news did Zhizhenxiao send you? Xian Rujing asked. The tiger tortoise has appeared, it is being chased by someone. Qin Yun said with frown. You two go to that illusory mountain first and observe the surroundings. I will go look for the tiger tortoise myself. You must be careful, don't get caught by any means. Xian Rujing nodded and said, Rest assured, I understand this point. With Xian Rujing here, Qin Yun is not worried. After all, she is the reborn ice goddess. Although she is a bit stupid, she is still very good in all aspects. Just like this, Qin Yun and Xian Rujing split up. Qin Yun followed Protector 13 to look for the tiger tortoise, and Xian Rujing and Xian Lingxue first went to the vicinity of the illusory mountain. Protector 13 and the tiger tortoise can sense each other. They know the tiger tortoise's location. Qin Yun let Protector 13 come out from time to determine the direction. Because Protector 13's speed is too slow, he cannot let him lead the way, otherwise he won't be able to catch up to the tiger tortoise. The tiger tortoise is constantly moving, it is being chased. Qin Yun only wants to quickly find the tiger turtle and protect it. Only by doing so can he find out where the immortal supreme treasure is. In fact, he was not very interested in immortal supreme treasures. He only wanted to know what he had borrowed from Xieqiru in his previous life, as well as the clues he had left here in his previous life. Xiao Yun, I think you can ask Xianling Shui to help you form an immortal martial spirit. Ling Yuner suddenly said. My martial spirit is very special, it is inside the nether sun. It's not an ordinary martial spirit. Qin Yun sighed. That's right, Don't you still have the Nether Sun spirit? Maybe it can evolve. Ling Yun'er said with smile. You have obtained the Nether Sun spirit, you have not used it yet. Qin Yun and Ling Yun'er don't know how to unleash the strongest power of the Nether Sun spirit. They can only wait until Qin Yun becomes stronger and use the mysterious Nether Sun spirit. Should I put the Nether Sun spirit into Big Sister Lingshue's half-immortal life crystal? Qin Yun asked. Of course, through joint cultivation. Sister Lingshue's half-immortal life crystal can't endure Nether Sun spirit. Ling Yun'er said. Let's talk about it later. Qin Yun doesn't dare to recklessly use the Nether Sun spirit. While chasing the tiger turtle, Qin Yun found it very strenuous because the tiger turtle's speed is very fast. Moreover, it is constantly changing direction, it must be to avoid being caught. The tiger turtle's speed should be very fast, why is it constantly changing direction? Ling Yun'er doubtfully said. Could it be that it has been locked on and will be found if it stops? It is very likely, that is why it is running all over the place. Qin Yun is even more worried. If the tiger turtle is captured and those people obtain the most important half of the map, then the trail will be cut off. Several hours later, Xian Rujing sent a message saying that they are in the vicinity of the strange mountain but haven't found anything for the time being. There are indeed many people in the vicinity of the strange illusory mountain, they are all from various big clans. 2 great clans people are also doing research there. Many inscription masters are looking for traces of the formation and barrier, they want to crack the mystery of the strange mountain. Qin Yun is unable to determine the tiger turtle's position for the time being. Now he feels a lot more relieved. Because the tiger turtle is very crafty, it is hiding all over the place and its speed is very fast. Not to mention catching it, even chasing it is not easy. While chasing, Qin Yun is constantly using Sacred Eye's power to increase his speed. His body is moving along with the white light emitted by his eyes. Sacred Eye consumes a great amount of energy, so Qin Yun doesn't dare to use it for a long time. He only uses it for 1 hour and then rests for several hours. Only like this can he shorten the distance between him and the tiger turtle. He is now in a large mountain range because he can't fly very fast, his speed is not very fast. Ho family people can fly. Luckily there are no Ho family people chasing the tiger turtle. Qin Yun recalled the Ho family disciple who chased after Xian Rujing. He suddenly sensed the aura of a 6th tribulation half-immortal in this large mountain range. It means that a 6th tribulation half-immortal expert passed by here before. Even a 6th tribulation half-immortal would have to traverse over mountains and ravines while chasing the tiger turtle. The tiger turtle must have been very familiar with the terrain here, so when it was escaping, it had chosen the closest route to take. I wonder if the tiger turtle will attack me when it sees me? Qin Yun is very worried because the tiger turtle is very strong. If it doesn't recognize him and attacks him, then he can only ask Nangong Shueru to take action. Qin Yun has Protector 13 to show him the way, so he knows exactly where the tiger turtle is. If the tiger turtle did not move, he might have already found it. Those people are chasing the tiger turtle. They must have used tracking talismans or something on it after discovering the tiger turtle. That is why they can keep chasing it. Qin Yun thought in his heart. If he can catch up to the tiger turtle, he can use talismans to hide its aura and soul fluctuation. Then the tracking talismans won't be able to catch up. Nighttime, the light clouds above the underwater treasure domain are no longer shining. The entire underwater treasure domain has become pitch black. The plants in this mountain range are very ordinary, they don't release any light, so one can't even see one's hand in front of their face. Qin Yun released Protector 13 and asked him to locate the tiger turtle. The tiger turtle is not moving, Protector 13 said. Not moving? Can't run anymore? Qin Yun is startled and said in amazement. It must be known that the tiger turtle has been running for an entire day, It must have consumed a lot of energy and it is also heavily injured. After determining the direction, Qin Yun immediately rushed over with his fastest speed. According to Protector 13's location, the tiger turtle is not too far from him. It is only half an hour away. Qin Yun very quickly rushed over. On the way he sensed the aura of many formidable Sixth Tribulation half-immortals. There are at least 10 Sixth Tribulation half-immortals chasing the tiger turtle. This is truly fatal. Qin Yun is even more worried in his heart. Very quickly, half an hour passed by. He saw more than 10 old men surrounding a small mountain. He carefully looked and saw that there are old men from Sea Demon Royal Race, 5 great sea race, and 3 great pirate gangs. They are all formidable factions from transcending Xian Sea region. The tiger turtle must be inside that small mountain. Xiao Yun, use the old method, Ling Yuner suddenly said. Qin Yun promptly summoned a few Nether-realm heavenly lions. They ran in all directions and let out Heavenly Lion's heavenly roar. Soon after, he summoned a black dragon which let out a series of roars, creating a great momentum in a short while. Qin Yun deliberately created the illusion of a battle between a dragon and a lion to lure away those old men. His plan is half successful because 8 old men have been lured away. They must be trying to capture the formidable heavenly lion and black dragon. Qin Yun also took advantage of this opportunity to conceal himself and quickly rushed towards that small mountain. After he approached, he discovered that there are many formation flags planted near the small mountain. Earlier, that group of old men had set up a flag formation to form a spirit formation that sealed the entire hill. Qin Yun used his mental power to lock onto the formation flags, then secretly tampered with it and destroyed the entire barrier. Then he used mysterious penetration divine ability to enter the belly of the small mountain. At this time, the Sixth Tribulation half-immortals outside also discovered that the barrier has been destroyed. One old man loudly roared, "Someone is destroying the barrier in the vicinity. His technique is very brilliant. Quickly come back." After Qin Yun entered the belly of the mountain, he saw an old man with a tiger waist and bare back. His face is full of beard and vigor. This old man's sturdy upper body is bare. It is full of blood and ghastly scars. He is wearing tiger skin trousers. There are also several blade scars. His flesh and bones can be seen. Qin Yun is certain that this old man is the tiger turtle in human form. There is a light-emitting stone inside the cave. Although it is not very bright, it can let the tiger turtle see Qin Yun's face. "You, Boss Fu Yun!" The tiger turtle excitedly shouted. Its voice is trembling. Its pair of deep and resolute eyes cannot help but start welling up with tears. Qin Yun was worried that the tiger turtle would not believe him, but after hearing it shout like this, he immediately realized that his past life knew this tiger turtle. "Let's leave this place first." Qin Yun took out a few talismans and scattered them. Those talismans automatically stuck on the tiger turtle's body. Qin Yun quickly grabbed the tiger turtle's wrist and used mysterious penetration divine ability to bring the tiger turtle out of the belly of the mountain. Boom boom boom! Just as they left, the small mountain was destroyed by the power of many Sixth Tribulation half-immortals. Qin Yun pulled the tiger turtle and hid in the darkness, very quickly distancing himself from the dozen Sixth Tribulation half-immortals. Nether Realm Heavenly Lion and Nether Realm Poison Dragon have also been called back by Qin Yun. Qin Yun grabbed the tiger turtle's wrist. He can feel its excitement along the way. Less than half an hour later, Qin Yun brought the tiger turtle into a mountain forest. Then he asked Nangong Shueru for some healing pills and fed them to the tiger turtle. "Are you really Boss Fu Yun?" The tiger turtle looked at Qin Yun. It now realized that Qin Yun and its boss Fu Yun are somewhat different. "Not really," Qin Yun said with smile. "Let's put it this way, my past life was immortal King Fu Yun, but I don't have any memories of my past life." He finished speaking and released Protector 13. Chapter 12:21. Strange Mountain Stone Steel, Boss Fuyun, after you reincarnated, you can still come here, this is fate. The tiger turtle said with smile, his injuries have also healed a lot. What did I call you in my previous life? Qin Yun is now completely relieved, he doesn't need to worry about conflict with the tiger turtle. The tiger turtle took out a rough beast skin clothing and put it on, then said with smile, Boss, you called me Tiger in your previous life. Tiger, I heard that I was a very bad guy in my previous life, is that right? Qin Yun asked. Of course not. You saved my family back then, that's why we can safely hide here and avoid being hunted down by our enemies. The tiger turtle recalled the past and sighed with emotion. Can you tell me about my previous life? Qin Yun asked. Boss, I really don't know much about your previous life. Back then you also sent puppets here to arrange some things for us? I haven't seen you since then. The tiger turtle is very excited to see Qin Yun again. Qin Yun lightly sighed and asked again, Then do I really have a lot of enemies in Immortal Desolate? The tiger turtle nodded. Indeed a lot. But if you die, those enemies won't pursue this matter. After all, you don't have the memories of your previous life. Qin Yun said with smile. Let's not talk about this. Protector 13's mission is to protect you. I know that you have half a map, the map is a treasure map, what is hidden inside? The tiger turtle promptly took out the half map and handed it over to Qin Yun. Boss, back then you sent puppets to arrange things for us, it was to hide the treasure. As for what purpose, we don't know. But now that you can come here, I suspect that your previous life had great foresight, you predicted that you would come here in your next life. Qin Yun opened the map and said with frown, The location of the treasure is inside the 9 nether realm. Indeed. The tiger turtle pointed at the largest dot and said, This is the place where the treasure is hidden, the other red dots are all keys. There are a total of 5 red dots on the whole map. Qin Yun recalled the illusory strange mountain and asked, You were inside that illusory strange mountain before, that was one of the red dots, right? Inside the strange illusory mountain, there is a stone tablet. There is a set of runes carved on it. You need to master that set of runes, because after going to the location of the treasure, you have to carve a total of 5 sets of runes. Moreover, the finesse must reach level 11. Only then will you be able to obtain the item left behind by your previous life. The tiger turtle explained, I deliberately left that half of the map. The 4 red dots on it are all 4 illusory mountains. As long as you enter, it will be very dangerous. Qin Yun promptly sent sound transmission to Xian Rujing, telling them not to enter the illusory strange mountain without permission. Xian Rujing also did not go in. She and Xian Lingxue are watching from a distance and saw some people entering. Qin Yun originally wanted to go over immediately to take a look, but the tiger turtle's injuries had not healed yet. He did not feel at ease leaving the tiger turtle here. Tiger, someone has entered that strange illusory mountain. Will the stone monument inside be destroyed by them? Qin Yun asked worriedly. Boss, don't worry. That stone tablet and that strange mountain were set up by the puppets you controlled in your previous life. The materials used to set them up were all refined by you in the Immortal Desolate. The tiger turtle laughed. Of course, if you and I go in, we definitely won't encounter any danger. If I go in, will there really be no danger? Don't swindle me. Qin Yun said with smile. The tiger turtle scratched its head and said with foolish smile, All right, I am also not sure whether or not you will be attacked by the killing formation. In short, it is very safe for me to go in. I have already gone in a few times. Hearing the tiger turtle's words, Qin Yun is somewhat puzzled and asked, Then can't you just hide inside and heal? Why did you run out? A3. This is all my fault. I also felt bored and wanted to go out and kill a few of them. I did not expect that they would have so many experts. Moreover, many of them were lying in ambush nearby. I was careless for a moment and was injured by them. Moreover, the mountain was surrounded by them. I cannot go back, I can only run away, the tiger turtle said with some embarrassment. Luckily Boss arrived in time, otherwise I would have been captured by those bastards. Boss, you saved me once again. Whether it is your previous life or your current life, you have always been kind to me. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. Tiger, maybe this is our fate. Alright, have you always been in this place? How much do you know about this place? Speaking of this underwater treasure domain, the tiger turtle immediately became spirited. Clearly, it knows a lot about this place. Boss, this place is awesome. Your previous life told us that as long as we stay here for a period of time and survive, we might be able to go to Divine Desolate or Sacred Desolate from here. Therefore, our family has never gone to Immortal Desolate, the tiger turtle said. In the past, this underwater treasure domain had a passage to various desolate, but it disappeared later on. The tiger turtle's words mean that it will definitely appear again in the future. Is this really what I said in my previous life? Is it possible that my previous life was tricking you? Qin Yun asked. Boss, although you often deceived people in the Immortal Desolate in your previous life, you were very good to us brothers and never lied to us. Your previous life also said that if one day the 9 suns were to exterminate the world, this place would definitely not be destroyed. The tiger turtle pondered and recalled the past. Qin Yun said with a frown, What else did my previous life say about this underwater treasure domain? The tiger turtle thought for a moment and said with a look of reminiscence, Boss, your previous life also said that if all 9 suns fall, a door will appear in this place, a door that leads to the mysterious 9th Desolate. Mysterious 9th Desolate? Qin Yun is very astonished. Above the Divine Desolate, there is indeed a very mysterious Great Desolate. That's right. In short, this place is very mysterious. You must know that this place can lead to the 9 Nether Realm, and the 9 Nether Realm is also a very mysterious place. The tiger turtle said, Our tiger turtle family has many elders who died and then appeared in the 9 Nether Realm. They often come to find us. There is such a thing? Qin Yun is alarmed again. Don't worry, the treasure is not hidden in the depths of the 9 Nether Realm. Legend has it that if one goes to the depths of the 9 Nether Realm, it is equivalent to death. The tiger turtle said with a smile, So I don't dare to go too deep. I only dare to wander around the mountain where the treasure is hidden. The mysteriousness of this underwater treasure domain made Qin Yun even more curious, because in his previous life, this underwater treasure domain seemed to be very important. Tiger, when your injuries are healed, bring me to that strange mountain to take a look. Qin Yun looked at the half map in his hand and realized that this map is completely useless, because the tiger turtle is very familiar with the few points on the map. As long as the tiger turtle leads the way. Boss, there are many bastards near that mountain. It will be very difficult to sneak in. The tiger turtle sighed and said, It's all my fault, I deliberately left behind half of the map. I thought that no one would come to find the treasure, so I lured those guys into the strange mountain to die. I didn't expect that Boss would actually come. It's fine, I have a way to sneak in, Qin Yun said with a smile. That's right. Boss, your cultivation is not high but your ability is not small. Just now you easily saved me. The tiger turtle recalled how Qin Yun saved him in a moment of imminent peril. While there is lingering fear in its heart, it also feels even more admiration for Qin Yun. Qin Yun took out a few light Rune King talismans and stuck them on the tiger turtle's body to help it recover faster. Boss, you were so awesome in your previous life, how could you die? If you died, then you died, why didn't your memories awaken? After the tiger turtle finished asking, it slapped its thigh and said with some anger, It must have been your enemies who killed you. We must find them and take revenge. I heard that it was Immortal Desolate Great Emperor who killed me, Qin Yun said with smile. That sanctimonious old thief, he harmed our family miserably back then. Mentioning immortal desolate great emperor, the tiger turtle became very angry. Qin Yun immediately appeased the excited tiger turtle and let it heal in peace. At this time, Xian Rujing sent sound transmission over. All the people who entered the strange mountain died. They were all middle-aged half-immortals. It is just as the tiger turtle said, the strange illusory mountain is filled with danger. If people who entered could not come out in time, they would all die inside. However, the tiger turtle can easily enter. Clearly it was specially designed by Qin Yun's previous life. The tiger turtle's injuries healed very quickly. It is also a fifth tribulation half-immortal. The reason why it was injured by Xian Shaoqing and others last time was because they had all kinds of immortal tools and magic tools. "Boss, let's go!" The tiger turtle jumped on the spot and said with smile. "I am completely healed. Boss's boss, just a few talismans and pills can help me recover. I really don't believe that you don't have the memories of your previous life. Boss, even if you don't have the memories of your previous life, your talent in inscription is still so awesome." Qin Yun said with smile. "Maybe this is true talent. Even if my memories are gone, my talent is still there." The tiger turtle very happily walked out of the cave, and then brought Qin Yun towards the strange illusory mountain. In order to avoid any side issues, Qin Yun took out a set of armor and gave it to the tiger turtle to wear. He also gave it a tiger head cover. The aura on the tiger turtle's body has been concealed. Even if they meet those sixth tribulation half-immortals again, they won't be discovered. "Rujing, how many people entered the strange illusory mountain?" Qin Yun asked through sound transmission. "More than 10 people entered, each faction sent one person. After they entered, they never came out. Their life pearls also shattered, they all died inside." Xian Rujing replied. She got this information from Jizhenxiao. Qin Yun also learned that there were people stationed at the other strange illusory mountains. They were all people sent by the few large clans of the immortal sect city to guard them. The tiger turtle brought Qin Yun and madly ran for more than half a day. When the sky darkened, they arrived near the strange illusory mountain. The strange illusory mountain is 2 to 3 kilometers tall. It is very difficult to see it in the pitch-black night. But Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye to see the vague illusory mountain. Moreover, he can see the several meters tall stone stele inside. Chapter 12:22. Confessing to each other, "Tiger, I can see the stele but there are no runes." Qin Yun is more than 10 kilometers away from the strange illusory mountain. Although he can see the stele from far away, he can clearly see the surface of the stele. "Boss, you can see the stele through the illusory mountain?" the tiger turtle said in amazement. "What about the runes inside the stele?" Qin Yun asked. "You need to drip your blood on it to make it appear." The tiger turtle said somewhat embarrassedly. "I dripped my blood on it before but it did not make the runes appear." Qin Yun feels that blood is not a big problem. He has a lot of formidable dragon blood in his hands, it should be enough. "Boss, it would be best to go in during the day." The tiger turtle saw that Qin Yun is about to fly over and suddenly said, "Because that barrier is very strange at night. Even I don't dare to touch it at night." The tiger turtle shook its head. "I also don't know why it is like this. In short, that barrier was created by Boss past life." Qin Yun nodded and said, "All right then, we will go at daybreak." Soon after, he brought the tiger turtle to find Xian Rujing and Xian Lingshu. They are hiding in a cave. They dug out a few stone rooms inside because they feel that they will have to stay in the vicinity for a period of time. After Qin Yun brought the tiger turtle to the cave, Xian Rujing and Xian Lingshu became speechless because this tall and sturdy, simple and honest old man actually called them sister-in-law. After Qin Yun explained, the tiger turtle realized that Xian Rujing and Xian Lingshu are only his friends and promptly apologized. Xian Rujing and Xian Lingshu are very shocked after knowing the identity of this simple and honest old man. because they did not expect that the tiger turtle would actually call Qin Yun boss. On the way here, Qin Yun repeatedly warned the tiger turtle not to mention that his past life was immortal King Fuyun. Wait until daybreak, I and the tiger will enter that illusory strange mountain. You two stay here. I will go rest first. Qin Yun said. Xiao Yun, that illusory strange mountain is very dangerous. Xian Rujing recalled the information she obtained today. Even fourth tribulation half-immortals died inside. Ladies, don't worry. I'll bring boss in. He'll be fine. The tiger turtle patted its chest and guaranteed, saying with a smile, I stayed inside for a period of time before. It was because I was playful that I ran out and was chased after. Xian Rujing and Xian Lingxue felt relieved after hearing this. Qin Yun and the tiger turtle continued their journey, and were somewhat exhausted. They each entered a stone room to rest. Xian Rujing and Xian Lingxue are in a stone room. Both of them are lying on a bed and looking at a light-emitting stone above the room. Little sister, that master tiger turtle is very respectful to Xiao Yun. It seems like they have known each other for a long time. Xian Lingxue is lying beside Xian Rujing and doubtfully said, Master Tiger Turtle encountered danger and was besieged by many people. Xiao Yun promptly came to the rescue. Master Tiger Turtle recognized him as boss. This is very normal. Xian Rujing actually doesn't think much about it. I know, but I can feel that Master Tiger Turtle is very respectful to Xiao Yun. This kind of respect is not something that can be formed in a day or two. Xian Lingxue hugged Xian Rujing and said with charming smile, Little sister, when Master Tiger Turtle saw us, he called us sister-in-law. Xian Rujing said with frown, Indeed? Could it be that Master Tiger Turtle knows that Xiao Yun is a womanizer? So it is not strange at all. Could it be that they truly know each other? But that is impossible. Master Tiger Turtle has always been in this damn place. This is Xiao Yun's first time here. At this time, Xian Rujing also thought of something and suddenly felt that her situation is somewhat similar. Big sister, you stay here, I will go ask Xiao Yun. Xian Rujing suddenly sat up and wanted to get down from the bed. Don't go. Everyone has their own little secrets, don't ask. Xian Lingxue promptly pulled Xian Rujing back. Qin Yun set up a barrier in his stone room and then took out the large golden devil horn. Little demon, how is your relationship with that snow goddess? Evil God promptly asked. It is still the same. Evil God, have you heard about the mysterious ninth desolate? Qin Yun said. Of course I have, we also want to go there but we don't know how to go there. I only know that after 9 suns exterminate the world, 9 desolate will welcome rebirth. That mysterious ninth desolate's entrance will open, although the mysterious ninth desolate will also have heavenly calamity, we can survive inside. Evil God said. Qin Yun still wanted to ask something but Xian Rujing knocked on the door and yelled, Xiao Yun, big sister wants to have a heart-to-heart talk with you, quickly open the door. Did Snow Goddess find her? Quickly go and flirt with her. Evil God said with mischievous smile. Qin Yun promptly stored away the large golden devil horn, then removed the barrier and opened the stone door. He curled his lips and said, Didn't you say that I am a heartless person? Then why are we having a heart-to-heart talk? Xian Rujing pushed Qin Yun inside and closed the door. Qin Yun promptly hugged his upper body with both hands and pretended to be frightened as he said, Ice Mother Tigress, what are you doing? Xian Rujing placed her hand on her waist, pointed at the stone bed and said, Sit down, I have something to ask you. She can't suppress the curiosity in her heart, so she came to ask Qin Yun some things. Qin Yun also doesn't know why Ice Goddess came to find him in the middle of the night. He can only sit on the bed and look at Xian Rujing's cold and absolutely beautiful face. Qin Yun, answer me honestly. Are you Evil God's clone? Or have you been possessed by Evil God? Xian Rujing stood in front of Qin Yun with her hands crossed on her chest, slightly frowned and asked in cold voice. What are you talking about? Qin Yun is very speechless as he said, inexplicable. He also finds it very funny. This Yen Rujing is clearly Ice Goddess clone, yet she is suspecting that he is Evil God's clone. Yen Rujing coldly groaned and said, Evil God, don't pretend. Don't think I don't recognize you. Did you possess Qin Yun's body? Did you take over his body? Quickly get out of Qin Yun's body. Qin Yun did not understand before, why did Yen Rujing suddenly possess Ice Goddess memories? Now he suddenly understands. It is highly possible that Ice Goddess used some method to possess Yen Rujing's body. Evil God and I are cooperating, not possessing. Qin Yun spread out his hands. How is that possible? No one has ever cooperated with Evil God. He is the one who enslaved others. Yen Rujing placed her hand on Qin Yun's shoulder and said in cold voice, Quickly admit it. Big Sister Rujing, why do you suspect that I have been possessed by Evil God? Qin Yun also doesn't know what is going on with Yen Rujing. He also wants to find out. Grandpa Tiger Turtle suddenly became very respectful towards you. Moreover, he seems to have known you for a long time, so I suspect that Grandpa Tiger Turtle is Evil God's divine servant. He saw you, a person possessed by Evil God, so he became very respectful towards you and even called you boss. Yen Rujing said with sneer, I am experienced and knowledgeable, I can see through it in a short while. Qin Yun laughed loudly. Big Sister Rujing, you guessed wrong. Yen Rujing very confidently said, I guessed right, look at you, you are laughing so guiltily. Stupid woman who thinks she is smart. Qin Yun unhappily sighed. What did you say? Then tell me, why is Grandpa Tiger Turtle so good to you, even calling you boss? Yen Rujing is somewhat angry. She is staring at Qin Yun with her ice-cold beautiful eyes. Qin Yun is also staring at Yen Rujing's eyes, he said with smile. Ice Goddess, are you retarded? Yen Rujing is suddenly stunned, then loudly shouted, Evil God! You are truly Evil God! You trash God, you see this great God, why are you not kowtowing and saluting? Qin Yun doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. He is also secretly amazed at the strict hierarchy of Divine Desolate. Evil God is a very intimidating name, yet he is kowtowing to Ice Goddess. It seems like you are truly Ice Goddess Avatar? Qin Yun said with smile. I am Ice Goddess, quickly kowtow. Yen Rujing said in cold voice, her expression is filled with dignity. To be honest, even if you admit that you are Ice Goddess, I still don't believe it. How can Ice Goddess be so stupid? Qin Yun laughed out loud. You trash God, you dare to laugh at this great God. Wait until I return to Divine Desolate, I will make you pay. Yen Rujing is very angry. Big Sister Rujing, I am not Evil God. Qin Yun suddenly said with stern expression, Since it is like this, I will not hide it from you. My past life was immortal King Fu Yun. The immortal family's treasures are here. It was all planned by my past life. I saved Tiger's family in my past life, so he is also here to protect the treasures. Yen Rujing is stunned. She is unable to accept the fact that Qin Yun was immortal King Fu Yun's past life. But she suddenly feels a lot more comfortable in her heart because she doesn't want Qin Yun to be possessed by Evil God. She despises Evil God, this kind of trash God. She carefully thought about it. She recalled that Qin Yun can easily control Protector 13, moreover he can wear immortal King Fu Yun's clothes. Is it really like this? Yen Rujing calmed down, Then how did you know that I am Ice Goddess Avatar? Evil God told me. He told me to flirt with you and then put in a few good words for him in front of you. Qin Yun said with smile. This trash God, even though he knows that I am in dire straits, he still wants to kneel down and lick my boots. Yen Rujing very disdainfully said. Ice Goddess, you suddenly give me a kind of stupid and adorable feeling. Qin Yun chuckled. You are the stupid one. I don't understand the matters of your broken down place, That is why my common sense is lacking. Xian Rujing said in grave tone, "You are not allowed to laugh at me. I am a great god revered by numerous gods in divine desolate. Even if you were immortal King Fu Yun in your past life, you were just a little mortal in my eyes." Qin Yun said with smile, "Then why did you forcefully kiss this little mortal's mouth before?" "That is because this great god is abiding by his promise." Xian Rujing gritted her teeth in anger. She is also regretting letting her emotions affect her decision. She should not have forcefully kissed Qin Yun. Now that she thinks about it, it is truly beneath her status. "Great God, I have a question I want to ask you." Qin Yun's expression suddenly became grave. "Do you know what happened to Xian Qiru? Have you heard of Xian Qiru's 9 Yang Divine Soul and 9 Yin Divine Soul?" Chapter 12:23. Ancient Ethnic Groups. Qin Yun is very surprised. He did not expect his sister Qiru's past life to have such a close relationship with the Snow Goddess. He had previously mentioned the Snow Goddess to Xie Qiru, but Xie Qiru did not tell him about it. "Then tell me about 9 Yang Divine Spirit and 9 Yin Divine Spirit," Qin Yun asked. "You won't understand even if I tell you." Xian Rujing coldly groaned and said, "This is a secret, I cannot tell you too much." Qin Yun only knows that the 9 Yang Divine Spirit and 9 Yin Divine Spirit are related to Xie Qiru's past life. He does not know the details. "You're actually the reincarnation of Celestial King Fu Yun." "Humph. I heard that immortal King Fu Yun is a big scoundrel, a big lecher." Xian Rujing glared at Qin Yun. "I don't have the memories of my previous life." Qin Yun spread his hands and said with smile, "As far as I know, my previous life was pretty good. Only a ghost would believe you." Xian Rujing curled her lips and said, "You were a big swindler in your past life. Of course, this seems to be your innate talent, you are very fond of playing this trick." Qin Yun said with a smile, "Snow Goddess, has your divine body in the divine wilderness been reduced to ashes? What's going on?" Xian Rujing became very angry while talking about this matter. She sat on the side of the bed, crossed her legs and loudly cursed. "It is all because of those bastards. They led me into the fire pit and caused my divine body to be burnt. When I return to the divine wilderness, I will not let them off. Fortunately, my soul is still here and my soul is very strong. I can transport divine liquid from the divine wilderness." "Then why didn't you recultivate your body in the divine wilderness?" Qin Yun was somewhat confused as he said with a smile, "For a great god like you, recultivating your body in the divine wasteland should be better than using an avatar, right? You don't understand. If he were to recultivate his body in the divine wilderness, without experiencing the immortal desolate and sacred desolate, his body would be extremely weak. My body was like this before. In order to make my body stronger, I created a few avatars in the immortal desolate long ago. When Xian Rujing was born, I used a secret technique to pour my divine blood and a thread of divine soul into her. When I need it, I can awaken this avatar's memory." Xian Rujing said. "Then are you now Xian Rujing or Ice and Snow Goddess?" Qin Yun asked. "Both." Xian Rujing laughed. "Little mortal, now do you know how awesome this great god is? You have to be more polite to me in the future. Even the evil gods have to be respectful to me. Don't be presumptuous with me again." "But you are very weak now." Qin Yun chuckled and said, "To be honest, I have to stay away from you in the future, lest you kill me to silence me after you become stronger. After all, you, the high and mighty ice goddess, had once kissed me by force." Xian Rujing tightly gritted her jade-like teeth. She wished she could ruthlessly bite Qin Yun a few times. She coldly groaned and said, "Don't mention this matter again, or I will not let you off." "Oh, that's right. Do you really not have much divine liquid? If you need it, I can give you a bit more." Qin Yun asked. "I don't want your trashy divine liquid. I have my own divine liquid and I only use mine." Xian Rujing patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said, "Little mortal, you will follow me from now on. Tell evil god that after ice and snow goddess return to divine desolate, she will accept him as her little brother. This way he will treat you a bit better." "I will not follow you." Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "Humph. Do as you wish. I don't lack little mortal like you as my little brother. I gave you face but you don't want it," Xian Rujing said with sneer. "Great God Rujing, do you have any awesome divine technique?" Qin Yun asked again. "Of course I do, but you can't cultivate them. Not to mention you, even I can't cultivate them, my body is too weak. If I forcibly cultivate them, I will explode." Xian Rujing very solemnly said, "Don't be in a hurry to find evil god to cultivate those cultivation methods, it is very dangerous. Evil god said he will guide me in spirit cultivation, is this okay?" Qin Yun asked again. "This is not a problem. Originally, I wanted to guide you in spirit cultivation, but you are a man. My method is not suitable for you to cultivate. If you cultivate according to my method, you will become a woman." Xian Rujing chuckled. "Little mortal, do you want to become a woman?" Qin Yun immediately felt disgusted. He promptly shook his head and said, "I don't want to." Xian Rujing warned again and again, "Don't go around talking nonsense about me. There are many divine servants in Immortal Desolate. If they know that I am ice and snow goddess, they will hunt me down." Qin Yun looked at Xian Rujing with expression of suspicion and asked, "Great God Rujing, do you have many enemies in Divine Desolate?" "I am very strong and skilled, plus I have many good things in my hands. It is inevitable that I will provoke many people and become the target of many people. This is very normal. You should be well aware of this, right?" Xian Rujing knows that Qin Yun is a person who can stir up trouble. Qin Yun nodded. Xian Rujing is the reincarnation of ice and snow goddess. After losing her sense of superiority in this kind of place, she became very helpless and lonely. But now that her identity has been exposed in front of Qin Yun, her sense of superiority surged up. Although she is not as ice-cold as before, she now has a clear and cold arrogance. Of course, she feels that she cannot act in front of Qin Yun because she forcefully kissed Qin Yun, was grabbed by his dragon claw. Moreover, she is wearing slave governing collar. Every time she thinks of these matters, she feels that this great god is truly a good-for-nothing. "Don't even think about obtaining 8 immortal veins through my body. And I also don't want to obtain your sacred sun spirit vein through your body. I am now the reincarnation of ice and snow goddess. I have the method to cultivate sacred vein. I don't need you anymore. So don't have any delusions about me," Xian Rujing said with proud expression. She hinted to Qin Yun before that they could make do with each other and take what they need. But at that time she had not awakened ice and snow goddess memories. Now she has ice and snow goddess memories. Moreover, in order to maintain her dignity as a great god, she cannot give herself to a little mortal. "Great God Rujing, you are thinking too much. I have never had any delusions about you. Don't forget, before you let me kiss you, I was too lazy to even kiss you. Finally you forcefully kissed me." Qin Yun waved his hand and chuckled. "Damned brat. Don't mention this matter again." Xian Rujing stamped her foot and pinched Qin Yun's arm. Qin Yun also retaliated. He poked Xian Rujing's delicate jade waist, causing her to let out a sharp scream. "Oh, that's right, do you know Star God?" Qin Yun suddenly asked. "Star God is that slut, she is just a little demoness. Our relationship is not bad. Why are you asking this? Don't tell me you are helping that slut?" Xian Rujing suddenly became very worried. "You are not allowed to mix around with her. Just follow the evil god, that trash, and that will do." Qin Yun said with frown, "Star God is a woman. You don't know? Now I feel relieved." Xian Rujing let out a long sigh. "Star God is very ruthless towards men. She has been deceived by men before. I am worried that if you mix around with her, you will never be able to reincarnate. That would be very miserable." It is Yueme and others. Qin Yun informed Xian Rujing about Yu Shutian and others. If it is Star Fairy, then there is no problem. I can guarantee you that Yueme and others will not have any problem. Xian Rujing left Qin Yun's bed and said, "Let's leave it at that for today. You rest first. I will go accompany that silly girl Lingshu." "Great God, Rujing, is Lingshu one of your avatars?" Qin Yun suddenly asked. Xian Rujing is stunned. She turned her head to look at Qin Yun and coldly groaned. "Don't ask so much, go sleep. You promised to accompany me to sleep and protect me, what? Now that you are a great god, you are not fulfilling your promise?" Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "All right, follow me." Xian Rujing grabbed Qin Yun's collar and dragged him out of the stone room. After arriving at her stone room, she threw Qin Yun onto the huge bed. Delicate and charming, elegant and moving Xian Lingxue is wearing thin and loose white gown. She was originally lying on the bed. Seeing Xian Rujing suddenly throw a man on the bed, she immediately sat up in fright. After she clearly saw that it is Qin Yun, she said in shock, "Little sister, what are you doing? Protecting him? This guy is just a first tribulation half-immortal. He is very afraid of death, and I promised to sleep with him to protect him." Xian Rujing placed Qin Yun on the bed, then lied down on the side and continued, "Big sister, you sleep next to him. You are a third tribulation half-immortal, he will feel more at ease." Qin Yun did not say a word. He comfortably lied down on the fragrant bed. He looked at the gentle and charming beauty sitting beside him and said with smile, "Big sister Lingxue, you go sleep in my stone room." Xian Lingxue hesitated for a bit. She recalled that Qin Yun helped her a few times before and gently smiled. "Xiao Yun, I also want to protect you. I will also sleep next to you tonight. Big sister, you can rest assured. This guy is lecherous, but he doesn't have the guts. If his hand is dishonest and touches you, I will cut off his hand. If his leg is dishonest, I will chop off his leg. If he is dishonest, I will chop off his leg." Xian Rujing's expression and voice are filled with ruthlessness. Qin Yun said with smile, "Rest assured, after I sleep, I will be like a piece of wood. I won't move randomly. Xiao Yun, go to sleep. You still have to take risks tomorrow." Xian Lingxue gently smiled, then caressed Qin Yun's handsome face. Just like this, Qin Yun is lying down on the bed. Xian Rujing and Xian Lingxue are lying down on either side. Not long after, Qin Yun fell asleep. Xian Rujing's eyes are wide open as she looked at Qin Yun. Xian Lingxue is also not asleep. Her delicate body is lying on her side. Her lily-white hands are supporting her head as she looked at Qin Yun. "He is truly asleep," Xian Lingxue said with light smile in low voice. "This guy, sometimes I really want to kill him." Xian Rujing lightly groaned. Dawn arrived. Qin Yun was woken up by a loud sound. When he woke up, he saw Xian Rujing helping Xian Lingxue comb her hair. She was also startled by the sudden sound coming from outside. Qin Yun promptly walked out of the stone room. Just as he came out, he saw the tiger turtle. "Tiger, did something happen to the illusory strange mountain?" Qin Yun tidied up his clothes and hastily walked out with the tiger turtle. After they left, they arrived at the top of a tall mountain and looked at the illusory strange mountain in the distance. Qin Yun promptly sent sound transmission to Ji Zhenxiao to inquire about the situation. Chapter 12-24. Ancient Race Sacred Blood. Qin Yun informed the tiger turtle about Ji Zhenxiao's message. After hearing, the tiger turtle's expression became grave. It said in deep voice, "Boss, there are many ancient races in this underwater treasure domain. These ancient races have existed for a very long time. When your past life came here, they were already here. What kind of existence are they? Are they very strong? Do you know what they are doing in the vicinity of the strange, illusory mountain?" Qin Yun asked. "Their overall strength is very strong. In short, these ancient tribes usually hid in very remote places and rarely came out to roam. I met them before and there was no conflict. Let's say it like this, they are rather principled, so long as you don't provoke them, they won't provoke anyone. The tiger turtle's expression is filled with doubt. They are now fighting with other people, moreover they are fighting near the strange illusory mountain. This is indeed very strange. After Xian Rujing and Xian Lingxue came out, they understood the situation. If they are truly ancient races, then they are most likely sacred desolate or divine desolate. Back then, this place had a passage leading to divine desolate and sacred desolate. Xian Rujing said, "The battle is not very intense, it seems like they are not seriously fighting. Qin Yun can sense it from their aura." At this time, Ji Zhenxiao sent sound transmission over again. "Venerable Master Qin, those ancient races said that there is something very important to their race inside the strange illusory mountain. Without their permission, no one can enter." Qin Yun informed the tiger turtle about this. The tiger turtle shook its head. "I have entered the strange illusory mountain several times, I even stayed inside for a very long time. There is nothing inside, only a steel." From Ji Zhenxiao's message, Qin Yun found out that those ancient races are only displaying their strength to make the two great races retreat. However, the people from the two great clans would never give up. They have now joined hands with the families inside Immortal Sect City. Their overall strength cannot be underestimated. The ancient races are very strong, so the two great races are not acting blindly without thinking, instead they are negotiating. Qin Yun said to Xian Rujing, "How about we go and take a look? You can go by yourself. If something unexpected happens, it will be very easy for you to escape." Xian Rujing said, "Boss, I will go with you. If anything really happens, I will bring you into the strange illusory mountain." The tiger turtle laughed and said, "It won't be that easy for those fellows from the ancient races to enter." Qin Yun nodded and ran over with the tiger turtle. Xian Rujing and Xian Lingxue continued to stay here. If Qin Yun was captured, they would only be a burden to Qin Yun if they stayed by his side. After Qin Yun and the tiger turtle went over, they saw that the people of the ancient race looked very ancient. They all wore beast skin clothes and held weapons made of beast bones. However, no one dared to look down on this group of primitive people, because they had a very powerful aura around them. When Qin Yun arrived, he could sense traces of powerful energy fluctuations in the area. There were more than 100 people from the ancient tribe. Half of them were middle-aged and half were young. There were no elders. Qin Yun's appearance immediately caused a commotion. Because the Sea Demon King, the patriarch of the profound Sea God clan, Di Yuan and the others were all here. "Qin Yun, why are you here?" Di Yuan shouted coldly. "The puppets brought me here." Qin Yun said with smile, "Why? Am I not allowed to come here? Who made this rule?" Even though the two great races had some conflict with Qin Yun, they signed a contract with him, so they can't do anything to Qin Yun now. Moreover, they don't know if the old dragon is in the vicinity or not. "Qin Yun, since you can come here, you should know that this illusory mountain is hiding some clues." Sea Demon King looked at the ancient race people and said again, "But can you enter that strange mountain? That strange mountain has a master." Sea Demon King and the other experts have been here for some time. They have been researching how to enter the strange mountain. They also sent people to enter before, but they all died inside. They still don't know how to enter safely when a group of ancient race people suddenly appeared. Moreover, they are very strong and they are protecting the strange illusory mountain. The ancient race people are calmly looking at Qin Yun. Apparently they can see that Qin Yun has an extraordinary origin. Because many of the big shots here are looking at this youngster with a different kind of expression. Qin Yun looked at the ancient race people and asked, "It is you who want to prevent other people from entering, right?" The leader of the ancient race people is a square-faced middle-aged man who looks very robust. He has a pair of thick eyebrows, his gaze is like a wolf's. Being stared at by him makes one feel very uncomfortable. The square-faced middle-aged man said in a dull tone. I am Tang Feishan, I am in charge of protecting this illusory mountain. I forbid anyone from entering. On one hand it is to protect you, to prevent you from entering and throwing away your lives, on the other hand it is because my clan's treasures are inside. Qin Yun said with smile. Your clan's treasures are inside? What proof do you have? Moreover, why are you forbidding other people from entering this strange mountain? Don't tell me you built it? Many youngsters from the ancient race heard Qin Yun's words and immediately let out many dissatisfied voices. Brat, don't tell me you built that strange mountain? It seems like you are just a first tribulation half-immortal. Our Captain Tang is a third tribulation half-immortal. When you speak to a senior with high cultivation, you should be a bit more polite. A youth wearing black beast skin loudly shouted. Sea Demon King chuckled and said, A third tribulation half-immortal wants to be rude and unreasonable in front of Venerable Master Qin? Let alone third tribulation half-immortal, even a sixth tribulation half-immortal is not even fart in his eyes. He is now inciting conflict between Qin Yun and the ancient race. Qin Yun can naturally see through this kind of small trick. The tiger turtle is very angry. It wants to rush over and kill all these people. That illusory strange mountain was truly built by Qin Yun. He is completely qualified to enter. Other families are also watching the show from the side. They don't need to provoke the ancient race because they don't know how to enter the illusory strange mountain. Although the cultivation of the people from this ancient race is not very high, Sea Demon King and others don't dare to provoke them, lest they provoke even stronger old freak. Tang Feishan is somewhat angry, he coldly said. Friend, we will guard this place with our strength. If you don't agree, defeat one of our warriors and we will let you enter. Of course, you don't know anything. If you go in, only death awaits you. Bullshit. The tiger turtle lightly groaned. Qin Yun waved his hand to make the tiger turtle calm down. Then he said to Tang Feishan, I am a first tribulation half-immortal, send a first tribulation half-immortal warrior to fight me. Apart from the ancient race's people, everyone else is very clear about Qin Yun's strength. However, Tang Feishan and others don't know Qin Yun's strength. They can only see that Qin Yun has some ability and think that Qin Yun is an arrogant youngster with great background. Tang Feishan looked at Qin Yun, laughed disdainfully and yelled, Alu, you come! Remember, don't kill people. We are not barbarians. A robust youth walked out from the group of beast skin-wearing people. His skin is dark. His whole body is releasing a very berserk energy aura. As soon as Alu appeared, those people started shouting. It can be seen that this Alu is a very famous warrior among the ancient race. Boss, you must be a bit careful, the tiger turtle said in low voice. The tiger turtle is wearing a black robe and a mask to avoid being recognized. Qin Yun faintly smiled. Tiger, just watch from the side. Even if there are a few more of these guys, I can still deal with them. Alu heard Qin Yun's words and laughed loudly. Truly arrogant transcendence. You have the blood of mortals in your body, and we have the blood of sacred race in our body. We can cultivate sacred body. Weak guys like you, in order to cultivate a mortal body, you have to work hard for tens of thousands of years. How can you be our opponent? This ancient race is actually a sacred race. This caused Qin Yun to be somewhat astonished. He can sense that these people have very strong blood aura within their bodies. However, they are still quite far from a true sacred body. Xiao Yun, they should have a thin amount of sacred blood in their body. I think it should be just a few drops. Even a few drops of sacred blood can let them possess powerful body. Ling Yuner said. At this time, the youths of the sacred race were all shouting in support of Alu. Even if it is a second tribulation fierce beast, I can still kill it in 3 moves with my bare hands. You? It looks like you are not even as strong as a first tribulation fierce beast. Alu took off the beast skin clothes on his upper body, revealing his muscles to raise his aura. The bosses of the two great races also realized that this is an ancient sacred race, so they didn't dare to make an enemy out of them. It is indeed very unexpected for them to meet an ancient sacred race here. Especially the families from the Immortal Desolate. When they were in the Immortal Desolate, they heard all kinds of legends about the sacred race. Even many immortal kings wanted to come into contact with the sacred race people. They wanted to use the sacred race's secret technique to cultivate sacred body and then go to the sacred desolate. The patriarch of the Xian Sea divine race chuckled and said, "Venerable Master Qin, don't blame me for not warning you. A sacred race disciple can defeat an enemy 1 or 2 levels above him. That Alu is a first tribulation half-immortal, even a second or third tribulation half-immortal would find it difficult to defeat him. Captain Tang is a third tribulation half-immortal, even a fifth tribulation half-immortal old man is not confident in defeating him." Qin Yun looked at Tang Feishan and saw him smiling proudly. When the sacred race people heard that an old expert of the Xian Sea divine race admires their strength, their faces became filled with pride. Qin Yun said with a smile, "Many thanks for the reminder." Tang Feishan shouted, "Are you ready? Then let's begin." Alu stood on his spot and hooked his finger at Qin Yun, indicating that Qin Yun should attack first. His appearance is extremely condescending. In his eyes, Qin Yun is like a child that can be easily defeated. Chapter 12:25. Stone Steel Sun Rune. That Alu indeed does not have any intention of fighting seriously. It looks like he wants to train with a child. Alu chuckled. "Come here. I usually instruct the little kids in the clan. I have a sense of propriety and won't kill you. However, if your body is too weak and you are seriously injured by me, then don't blame me." The 100+ sacred race people also burst into loud laughter. At this moment, Qin Yun suddenly disappeared. Alu, who had a contemptuous smile on his face, was immediately startled. The smile on his face froze because in that instant, he was completely unable to sense Qin Yun's aura and was unable to capture Qin Yun's movement trajectory. Originally, many sacred race people were laughing, but now, they can't laugh anymore. Boom! Qin Yun suddenly appeared behind Ali and kicked at Alu's buttock. His thigh condensed a strong vibration power and directly shook open the energy barrier that Alu instinctively released. The heavy kick landed on Alu's buttocks, causing a loud explosion. Alu wanted to stabilize his body, but this sudden attack was too fierce, too wild and too fast. He was unable to react in time. He had only instinctively released an energy shield when he sensed danger. However, the vibration power from Qin Yun's kick is incomparably ferocious and directly broke through the defense. Just like that, Alu's heart is filled with shock and anger. He was very unwilling to be kicked to the ground, and even fell head first into the ground. He is in a very sorry state. "Haha, boss is so awesome. Kick him until he eats dirt." The tiger turtle laughed loudly. The people of the sacred tribe were all stunned and speechless, and the people from the two great races and the Immortal Desolate family clan all cried out in surprise. They knew that Qin Yun is very strong, but they felt that it would not be easy for Qin Yun to gain the upper hand against such a powerful sacred race disciple. And now, at the beginning of the battle, Qin Yun ruthlessly kicked Alu's butt. "This is very embarrassing. Alu, quickly get up!" Tang Feishan shouted. He also did not expect Qin Yun to be so powerful. He originally thought that Qin Yun was a hedonistic son with a strong backer, but now that he made a move, Alu suffered a great loss. Alu struggled on the ground, unable to get up at all. Qin Yun released a very strong gravity that pressed down on Alu's body. Alu kept yelling, releasing waves of ferocious power to barely pull his head out of the soil, but he was immediately pressed back down by an even stronger gravity. Qin Yun stood beside Alu and watched with his hands behind his back. He said with a faint smile, "Brother, is this how you usually practice with the children of your clan? What kind of move is this?" Alu shouted in anger. He wanted to turn around and beat Qin Yun, but the power pressing down on his body is very strong. The gravity that Qin Yun released was very special. Not only was it very heavy, it could also make people feel weightless in space, preventing them from using their strength. If you have the guts, then don't use this kind of strange move. Fight me fair and square. Alu shouted. Qin Yun smiled and retracted his supergravity. Alu's face is full of dirt, he can finally stand up. After he spat out the dirt from his mouth, he glared at Qin Yun and said, "I will make you look good." As he spoke, Alu rushed in front of Qin Yun. When he took a step forward, the earth trembled unceasingly. That ferocious fist struck the air, causing a burst of gale to erupt. This punch of Alu's is very powerful. The large rocks in the surroundings all exploded because of the fluctuation caused by this punch. Qin Yun also punched. His punching speed is very fast, but it doesn't have the slightest bit of power. This is the very strange windless fist. Boom! The ground around them cracked and collapsed, causing everyone to have no choice but to run far away. The two fists collided, energy flew in all directions, the violent wind howled and howled. Alu let out a muffled groan. He was forced back dozens of steps by Qin Yun's punch. As for Qin Yun, he remained motionless at his original position. From this, the disparity can be seen. One must know that Qin Yun's windless fist just now was infused with the power of earthquake divine ability. That vibrating power caused all of Alu's bones to crackle, as if they were about to fall apart. After Alu was sent flying, his entire body felt numb and pain. He never expected that other than the disciples of the sacred race, there would actually be someone so powerful. If Qin Yun was a third tribulation half-immortal, it would be very normal for him to have this kind of strength. However, Qin Yun is only a first tribulation half-immortal. What made Alu feel the most fear is that Qin Yun still has an even stronger power hidden within his body that he has yet to release. Alu gritted his teeth and looked at Qin Yun from afar. He did not attack for a long time. Qin Yun stood there and looked at Alu with a beaming smile, waiting for Alu to attack again. The arrogant disciples of the sacred race didn't say a single word now because their Alu is indeed inferior to Qin Yun. As the captain, Tang Feishan saw it the most clearly. He knew that Alu's strength is inferior to Qin Yun's, so he hurriedly said, "We lost." The disciples of the sacred race actually lost to a mortal. Alu found it hard to accept this fact, but he had no choice but to accept it because the powerful Qin Yun is standing right in front of them. Sea Demon King and the others are not surprised at all by this result. One must know that Sea Demon King sealed his own cultivation to fight Qin Yun before and was also beaten up. He is well aware of Qin Yun's terrifying strength. "Can I enter that strange mountain now?" Qin Yun looked at Tang Feishan and asked. "You can go in, but I advise you not to go in. Even the strongest experts of our sacred race don't dare to go in." Tang Feishan said, "It's very dangerous inside. Going in is equivalent to courting death." Sea Demon King also said, "Venerable Master Qin, we sent second and third tribulation half-immortals inside, but they all died inside." Qin Yun chuckled and said, "I am a venerable master inscription master, nothing will happen to me. Thank you everyone for your concern." Tang Feishan saw that Qin Yun is about to go in and suddenly shouted, "Friend, you are a rare and powerful mortal, I don't want you to die like this." Qin Yun said with smile, "Is there really a treasure of your sacred race inside? I can only see a stone tablet inside, I don't see any sacred race treasure. Our sacred race has 5 branches, each has their own treasures hidden inside 5 illusory strange mountains. We also don't know what's inside." "You said that you can see a stone tablet inside?" Tang Feishan said in shock. "Yes, there is a stone tablet inside, other than that, there is nothing else." Qin Yun said, That is what our clan's elders said. They said that our treasures are inside the illusory strange mountains, so they don't allow others to go in. Tang Feishan said with frown. The tiger turtle walked over and said, Boss, let's go in. Xian Shaoqing looked at the tiger turtle and suddenly yelled, That big guy is the tiger turtle. I remember his voice when he turned into human form. His voice is exactly like this. After the elders heard this, their expressions suddenly changed and they wanted to rush over. However, Qin Yun has already entered the illusory strange mountain with the tiger turtle. Seeing Qin Yun and the tiger turtle enter, everyone let out a burst of cry of alarm. Diyuan cursed in low voice, Xian Shaoqing, why didn't you say so earlier? There is half a map inside the tiger turtle's body. Qin Yun must have obtained that map. At this time, an old man said, We were chasing the tiger turtle before. Originally, we had already trapped the tiger turtle, but suddenly someone used a very brilliant method to break our barrier and quickly rescue the tiger turtle. Another old man said coldly, Now we can be sure that it was Qin Yun who rescued the tiger turtle. This guy is a venerable inscription master. The flag formation we set up is like a toy in his eyes. This bastard! Sea Demon King cursed loudly. That tiger turtle still calls him boss. You guys, why didn't you build a good relationship with the tiger turtle earlier? Xian Si Divine Race's patriarch said, Don't worry, we will surround this place. Once Qin Yun comes out, we will stop him. We want him to hand over the map and tell us what is inside the stone tablet. The old dragon should not be nearby, otherwise he would have come out long ago. The immortal old man said, Wait for Qin Yun to come out, we will talk to him. Sea Demon King said with sneer, Talk? There is nothing to talk about with Qin Yun, just give him enough benefits. We must be prepared to bleed a lot, or else we will get rid of him. Xian Si Divine Race's patriarch said with some regret, We should have cooperated with him before. We must not get rid of him, otherwise we can forget about finding the treasure. It must be said that Qin Yun, this venerable inscription master, is indeed very useful in treasure hunting. The illusory strange mountain is only illusory on the surface. Inside it is a flat land and there is a light barrier around it. After Qin Yun and the tiger turtle entered, nothing happened. There should be a lot of corpses here, right? Qin Yun looked at the ground and said doubtfully, Boss, the killing formations here directly kill people, they don't leave any corpses. The tiger turtle said with smile, Look at you, nothing happened when you came in. It can be seen that this strange mountain has acknowledged your soul. Qin Yun walked in front of the few-meter-tall stone tablet and looked at it. There is nothing on the surface of the stone tablet. It requires a drop of powerful blood. He took out the dragon blood and sprinkled it on the stone tablet. Very quickly, he saw the runes on the stone tablet. This is a set of sun runes. Qin Yun recognized it with a glance and hurriedly let Mo come out. After Mo saw the runes, she confirmed that they are sun runes and quickly recorded them. Even if dragon blood was sprinkled on it, the runes that appeared were only bright runes. There are still many dark runes that did not appear. Fortunately, Mo can see the dark runes. Otherwise, it would take Qin Yun a lot of time to decipher the dark runes. Little Mo, paint a few runes, Qin Yun said with a smile. Mo did as she was told and quickly painted a good rune. At this time, the light barrier also began to fluctuate. Qin Yun quickly returned Mo back into the Nine Sun Divine Spirit. Not long after, the illusory strange mountain suddenly disappeared. Qin Yun saw the people outside. The people outside are also looking at Qin Yun, the tiger turtle, and the stone tablet in shock. However, no one dared to go over. They are worried that the killing formation of the illusory strange mountain is still there. The ones who are the most shocked are the sacred race people. They are very familiar with the illusory strange mountain here. They never expected that Qin Yun would be able to break it in an instant. Chapter 12:26. Temporary cooperation. Qin Yun did not expect that after he erased the runes on the steel, the illusory mountain barrier also disappeared. He immediately realized that the runes on the steel are the most important part of this illusory strange mountain. Once the runes on the steel are destroyed, the illusory strange mountain will disappear. The tiger turtle is somewhat flustered because they are now surrounded by many experts and he has been recognized by Xian Shaoqing. But Qin Yun is very calm, he said with smile. Everyone, I have already broken the illusory strange mountain, now everyone can know what is inside this strange mountain. Many older generation want to rush over to see what is on the steel but they don't dare, they are worried that there is a killing formation nearby. They don't trust Qin Yun, they are afraid that they will be tricked and killed by Qin Yun. If you don't trust me, there is nothing I can do. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. Qin Yun, did you obtain the other half of the map? Diyuan shouted loudly. Indeed, that map is in my hands. What's wrong? Qin Yun looked at Diyuan and said with smile, Don't tell me you want to steal my map? The map records the immortal family's treasure. You should share it with everyone. Diyuan shouted again. Many older generation echoed one after another. Qin Yun chuckled and said, I can share it with you but you must give me a certain amount of compensation. Before, Jiang family's Jiang Zhilong sold that useless half-map for a pretty good price. Sea Demon King coldly groaned. He knew that Qin Yun would sell that half-map. Because Jiang family sold the map before, moreover it was a useless half-map, nobody can say anything against Qin Yun now. Tang Feishan asked, Friend, can we really approach that steel now? Will there really be no problem after we go inside? I am not too sure. If you have puppets, you can try using them, Qin Yun said. He and the tiger turtle will not touch the killing formation inside the illusory strange mountain. An immortal family old man hastily took out a wooden puppet and controlled it to walk towards the steel. After the wooden puppet walked over, many people happily shouted because the killing formation inside the illusory strange mountain has lost its effectiveness. It means that anyone can approach it. They also let the wooden puppet go inside before, but it was destroyed as soon as it went inside. Now, after the wooden puppet went over, it did not suffer any damage. The people from the sacred race were bolder, especially Tang Feishan. He brought a few people and directly flew over. They stood beside the stone tablet and looked at it. The dragon blood on the stone tablet had already been sucked dry by the stone tablet, so the stone tablet was now blank and nothing could be seen. People from several families in the Immortal Sect City have surrounded Qin Yun, not letting them leave. Especially Xian family people, they bitterly hate Qin Yun because Qin Yun kidnapped Xian Lingshu and Xian Rujing and did not even give them a single hair. Of course, they are also jealous of the divine liquid in Qin Yun's hands. Qin Yun was fearless. Although he had many enemies, the profound sea god race and the sea demon royal family did not dare to touch him. At this moment, many old inscription masters gathered around and looked at the stone tablet. They touched it but didn't find anything. Qin Yun stood at the side and looked at everyone with a smile. Grandmaster Qin, what did you discover on the steel? The Sea Demon King asked. He was also very thick-skinned, and he seemed to have forgotten the grudges between him and Qin Yun. I discovered something. Qin Yun obtained great benefits from the Sea Demon King, so he replied with smile. This will allow him to fish out even more things. Many old inscription masters from many factions are unable to see what is on the steel. However, Qin Yun has discovered something. This caused many people to look at Qin Yun, hoping that he can answer them. Diyuan saw that Sea Demon King and Xian Sea God Race's patriarch's attitude towards Qin Yun has changed greatly, so it is not good for him to make things difficult for Qin Yun. What made him most unhappy is that even Tang Feishan is very polite towards Qin Yun. What do you want in order to tell us the secret of the steel? The Sea Demon King asked. I need 400,000 immortal jade beads. If you give me enough, I will tell you, Qin Yun said with smile. He now knows how to use immortal jade beads. They can increase half immortal life crystal, and allow him to quickly break through realm. 400,000 immortal jade beads is a lot. Moreover, only the immortal sex cities families have them. The two great clans do not have immortal jade beads. Qin Yun, you have several 100,000 immortal jade beads in your hands. Why do you want so many? Diyuan said in cold voice. This kind of thing, the more the better. Qin Yun laughed. If you want to know the secret of the steel, quickly give it to me. I am leaving. You don't even think about leaving, Diyuan promptly shouted. Quickly stop him. Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, You think you can stop me? Then again, there are still several illusory strange mountains that I need to break open. So long as you give me 400,000 immortal jade beads, you can also know the secret of the next few illusory strange mountains. The patriarchs of the few immortal desolate family clans are now discussing with Sea Demon King and the others. After some discussion, the bosses of the two great clans are willing to give those few immortal desolate family clans a portion of divine liquid in exchange for some immortal jade bead. Not long after, those few strongest family elders gathered 400,000 immortal jade beads and signed soul contract with Qin Yun to prevent him from acting shamelessly. After Qin Yun obtained the immortal jade beads, he said with smile, The secret of the steel is that as long as you sprinkle powerful blood on it, you can see the runes on it. The runes on the steel are very complicated. They are the key to obtaining the final treasure. Just as he finished speaking, Sea Demon King took out some powerful beast blood and sprinkled it on the steel. Sure enough, very complicated runes can be seen. At this time, an old inscription master shouted in alarm, It's Sun Rune! It must be King Tier Sun Rune. Many old inscription masters rushed over one after another and very carefully looked at it. They have an infatuated look on their face. It can be seen how rare and precious this kind of sun rune is. These sun runes are only bright runes. We can't see the hidden runes. Qin Yun sighed and said, I guess that we need to dig out the entire steel and bring it to the hidden treasure area to have a certain effect. How many of these steels are there in total? Diyuan asked. They have already paid immortal jade beads, so they want to be clear. Qin Yun also promised them that he will break the barrier of the illusory strange mountains and tell them the secret of the steel. There are a total of 5. Qin Yun said. There are 4 points on the half of the map. They are the locations of the 4 strange mountains. I want to go to the next strange mountain now. Sea Demon King anxiously shouted. Wait! The other half of the map is in your hands. How much do you want to sell it for? 1,000,000 immortal jade beads. Qin Yun said with smile. Dream on! Xian Shaoqin yelled. Dream on! Anyways, I already obtained the most important map. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Farewell! Qin Yun wanted to leave with the tiger turtle, but the big shots here didn't allow him to leave. After all, the most important map is still in his hands. Xian Si Divine Race's patriarch is now endlessly regretting. They bitterly hate Diyuan in their hearts. Diyuan doesn't have any clues yet. He asked them for sky-high prices. Previously, as long as they agreed to give Qin Yun 5 jars of divine liquid, they would be able to enjoy the only clue and explore the treasure together with Qin Yun. But now, they don't have the chance to cooperate with Qin Yun. If Xian Si Divine Race's people knew that Diyuan's clothes and puppets are fake, they would definitely vomit blood in anger. 1,000,000 immortal jade beads, this is my price. Qin Yun feels that the divine liquid is enough for him to cultivate his body. But he needs immortal jade beads to increase his cultivation, so the more immortal jade beads the better. Even if he goes to Immortal Desolate in the future, they will be very useful. Can you guarantee that there are truly hidden treasures on that map? An old man from Xian Yuan family asked. I guarantee that the hidden treasures on that map are absolutely true. Let's sign the soul contract. Qin Yun nodded. This is also the guarantee of the tiger turtle. Jiang family's old man said, we don't have that many immortal jade beads. In a few days, when the immortal gate appears, we will send people back to Immortal Desolate to collect the immortal jade beads. The two great clans don't have immortal jade beads, but if they want to obtain the map, they will have to pay. So they can only use divine liquid to exchange for immortal jade beads from the Immortal Desolate clans. So for the Immortal Desolate clans, this is not bad, at least they can obtain some divine liquid. The two great clans are in a very bitter situation. Especially the Xianxi divine race. Originally they only needed to pay 5 vats of divine liquid to cooperate with Qin Yun. But later they were tricked by Diyuan and gave up on cooperating with Qin Yun. Diyuan also saw the resentful gaze of the Xianxi divine race, and his heart cannot help but shiver. 10 days later, we will carry out the transaction. I will first go break open the other illusory strange mountains within these 10 days. Qin Yun said. There are still 3 illusory strange mountains inside the underwater treasure domain. The last one is inside the 9 nether realm. Qin Yun called Xian Rujing and Xian Lingshu over. He is not afraid of these great powers because they all want to go to the hidden treasure's location. They don't dare to oppose him. The tiger turtle has not spoken since the beginning because he knows that even if he obtained the map, he must master the runes on the steel first. But the runes on the steel have been destroyed by Qin Yun, they are not complete. The complete runes have been recorded by Momo, it means that only Qin Yun can obtain the final treasure. That is why Qin Yun sold the map at such a high price. After the barrier of the illusory strange mountain was destroyed, the steel was easily dug out and placed in the hands of the Sea Demon King. Tang Feishan from the sacred race did not expect the situation to develop like this. He can only follow everyone to the nearest illusory strange mountain. Venerable Master Qin, the next strange illusory mountain is also guarded by sacred race people. However, those sacred race people are not from our Tang clan. Tang Feishan ran to Qin Yun's side and said, I can negotiate with them first. Chapter 12:27. An invisible enchantment. Everyone now feels that these sacred race people are being unreasonable. How can they say that there are treasures inside the strange illusory mountains? And it turns out that there is only one steel inside the strange illusory mountains, and these sacred race people don't even know about it. Tang Feishan and other ancient race people, although their clothes are very primitive, they also have sound transmission magic tools. He already sent sound transmission to the elders of his race. Now they have agreed to meet at the next strange illusory mountain. There are only steels inside the 5 strange illusory mountains, there are no treasures at all. But those steels are the key to enter the final hidden treasure area. Qin Yun said, Your sacred race people don't understand the illusory mountains as much as we do. Tang Feishan is speechless. The tiger turtle said with sneer, I am the guardian beast of the 5 strange illusory mountains. How could I not know that these 5 strange illusory mountains belong to your sacred race? I think you just want to monopolize them. Hearing the tiger turtle's words, everyone is somewhat startled. They already knew that there is a map inside the tiger turtle's body and that it can freely enter the illusory mountains. Now they finally understand that the tiger turtle is the guardian beast of the illusory mountains. And Qin Yun has good relationship with the tiger turtle. He obtained half of the map from the tiger turtle and was even brought in by the tiger turtle to break the formation. Only Xian Rujing knows that Qin Yun's past life was immortal King Fuyun. That is why the tiger turtle is so loyal and devoted to Qin Yun. Moreover, the immortal family's supreme treasure was also hidden here by Qin Yun's past life. Xian Rujing told Qin Yun before that if they find the supreme treasure, she will give it to Qin Yun and not take it herself. After all, it was left behind by Qin Yun's past life. It must be very important. Diyuan saw that Qin Yun is accompanied by 2 great immortal beauties and feels very jealous for his master. He also doesn't know if he will be scolded by Song Fengchen when he returns because he acted on his own initiative and sold the immortal spirit Snow. Venerable Master Qin, the sacred race people guarding the illusory mountains are different from us, they are not battle type. Tang Feishan said to Qin Yun. He has been running side by side with Qin Yun because he wants to get closer to Qin Yun so that his Tang family can go to the hidden treasure area. They are not battle type, what kind are they? Qin Yun asked. Their surnames are Li and they are all inscription masters. The entire clan is proficient in inscription. Tang Feishan said. Their relationship with us is not very good. The members of the Tang Corps were all dressed in animal skins. They did not have any decent armor or weapons on them because they did not know how to craft. As for the other clan, they were proficient in inscription refining, so their strength was definitely not weak. From this, it could be seen that Tang Feishan's clan must have fallen out with the other human clans for some reason. How is their inscription level? Qin Yun asked. He is suddenly very interested in the inscription masters of the sacred race. Their standards are extremely high. They also have Grandmaster level inscription masters, but not many, only 2. Tang Feishan said. Grandmaster Qin, they are unable to break the barrier of the strange illusory mountain. It can be seen that their level is inferior to yours. Qin Yun smiled. Tang Feishan is also sucking up to him. The Sea Demon King and the others didn't speak again. In the past, they assumed that the other branches of the sacred clan were as primitive as Tang Feishan's clan. Who would have thought that there would be Grandmaster inscription experts, and 2 of them at that? It is already very good for a great faction to have 1 Grandmaster inscription expert, let alone 2 of them. It must be known that the Sea Demon Royal Race and Mysterious Sea Divine Race have been in the transcending Xian Sea region for a very long time, but none of them have ever produced a Grandmaster inscription expert. The reason why Tang Feishan's group are wearing animal skins is because they have very good defense. Even though they look very rough and ugly, it is better than nothing. If they were to fight, those powerful beast skins would be able to play a good defensive role. Did their Grandmaster inscription experts go to see those illusory mountains? Qin Yun asked. They did, but they didn't discover anything. Even after so many years, they have not been able to break the barrier of the strange illusory mountain and see the steel inside. Tang Feishan laughed. Grandmaster Qin, did you just come into contact with the strange illusory mountain? I did not expect that you would be able to break it so quickly. This is much more awesome than Li family's Grandmaster inscription experts. The people near Qin Yun secretly despised Tang Feishan, who looked like a primitive man. He took every opportunity to flatter Qin Yun. It is very clear that he wants to go with Qin Yun to search for treasures. One must know that the other races had paid a huge price to buy clues from Qin Yun. And Tang Feishan's group doesn't want to use any resources, they want to go with Qin Yun to search for treasures. This caused many big shots of great factions to feel very unhappy. Qin Yun said with smile. I can break the barrier of the strange illusory mountain, it is all luck. Ji Zhenxiao is also near Qin Yun, he said with smile. Grandmaster Qin, how can this be luck? Don't be modest. Qin Yun only chuckled and no longer said anything, otherwise a large group of people would fight over him to flatter him. Several hours passed by. A large group of people traversed over mountain ridges and finally arrived at the next strange illusory mountain. There are not many immortal desolate family people in the vicinity of this strange illusory mountain, only a small group of people are observing the surroundings. And they have been forced to retreat far away by Li family people, they are not allowed to approach. It must be known that Li family people are all inscription masters, they have a lot of equipment in their hands, for example talismans and weapons, they have very strong destructive power. Qin Yun also saw that Li family people are all wearing very exquisite clothes. With a glance, he can tell that they are all good quality treasured clothes. There are more than 100 Li family people patrolling the vicinity of the strange, illusory mountain. When they saw a large group of people approaching, they quickly gathered together, filled with vigilance. When everyone saw that the Li family people are all holding high-quality weapons and wearing beautiful and gorgeous treasured clothes, they immediately knew that the sacred race was not to be underestimated. There is no harm without comparison. In comparison, Tang Feishan and company are truly like barbarians, extremely shabby. Qin Yun can also see a trace of inferiority in the eyes of the Tang family people because they do not have good equipment to compare with the Li family. Although the Li family's equipment is powerful, if they were to disregard their equipment, their strength would definitely be inferior to the Tang family. If the Tang family and Li family were to join forces, that would be truly terrifying. Li Mutsang, are you still unable to break the barrier of this strange illusory mountain? Tang Feishan said with a hearty smile to a blue-clothed middle-aged man. Tang Feishan, could it be that you have broken the barrier of the strange illusory mountain? Li Mutsang chuckled and said with a trace of ridicule. It is clear that he looks down on Tang Feishan. Clearly, Li Mutsang is the captain of this 100-man group. Li Mutsang and others not only looked down on Tang Feishan and company, when they looked at the powerful sixth tribulation half-immortals like Sea Demon King, their eyes are filled with disdain. Seeing the disdainful gazes of the Li family people, the two great clans and the various races of the immortal desolate are all very unhappy and want to fight. Tang Feishan said with smile. This venerable Master Qin broke the barrier of the strange illusory mountain. There is nothing inside the strange illusory mountain, only a stone tablet. Li Mutsang immediately laughed loudly and said, Tang Feishan, how long has it been since you last saw our Li family's venerable master? Now when you see any Tom, Dick or Harry, they all call him venerable master. Do you know what it means to be a venerable master? Of course I know. Tang Feishan has never seen Qin Yun's inscription level. He only saw the Sea Demon King call Qin Yun that. Moreover, he saw with his own eyes how Qin Yun broke the strange illusory mountain. Qin Yun said, This strange illusory mountain is an important clue that we are looking for. We want to go in, I hope Great Master Li won't obstruct us. After speaking, he was about to walk over with the tiger turtle. Wait! Li Mutsang said with sneer. This strange illusory mountain is ours. If you want to throw away your life, please go somewhere else, don't dirty our territory. The Sea Demon King said angrily. What right do you have to say that this strange illusory mountain is yours? Li Mutsang said with sneer. Because we were the first to guard this place. We have been guarding this place for tens of thousands of years. The tiger turtle shouted. Bullshit! This strange illusory mountain does not have tens of thousands of years of history. And I am the mountain guardian beast. Li Mutsang laughed loudly and said, All right, if you have the ability then go in. The Li family people also opened a path for Qin Yun and the tiger turtle to go in. Qin Yun and the tiger turtle looked at each other and then walked towards the strange illusory mountain. When they were dozens of meters away from the strange illusory mountain, they were blocked by a barrier. That barrier is not from the strange illusory mountain, it is set up by the Li family people. Aren't you some great master? If you have the ability, then break the barrier we set up. Li Mutsang said very proudly. Qin Yun looked around and did not find any flags or pillars. There are also no traces of digging on the ground. In other words, this barrier was set up very secretly. It is difficult to see how it was set up. The inscription masters of the other great families are all looking for things to set up the barrier, but they didn't find anything. The Li family people stood at the side and ridiculed the group of inscription masters. What great master, any great master from our Li family can break this kind of barrier? That's right, the Tang family is really stupid. They were actually tricked. That great Master Qin doesn't even look as old as my son. He actually dares to call himself a great master, truly shameless. These mortals are just like this, overestimating their own capabilities. The Li family people not only ridiculed Qin Yun, they also constantly ridiculed the Sea Demon royal family and the Xian Sea God race. Because the Li family people can see that the two great races cultivate divine liquid. The people from the two great races are said to be God slaves and lackeys or something. Qin Yun used the extinction spirit eye to see the crux of the barrier. He secretly admired the technique of the Li family group of inscription masters. The barrier they set up is indeed very secretive. They can set up a very large and strong barrier. Even many great inscription masters would not be able to break it if they didn't discover the secret. And Qin Yun can now see that this barrier is made up of dark runes. It is the Li family inscription master. He used a carving knife to carve a large number of dark runes in the air, carving a very large rune that wrapped around the strange illusory mountain and formed a barrier. Chapter 12:28. Infighting within the saints. The Sea Demon King was infuriated by Li Mutsong's mockery, and he really wanted to rush over to beat Li Mutsong. But he still didn't dare to do so. After all, he is a sacred race inscription grandmaster. He might have many evil magic treasures in his hands. He might not even know that he has been tricked. On the way here, everyone was very puzzled. Why would Tang Feishan's clan have a conflict with the noble inscription Master Li clan? Now everyone could understand the feelings of Tang Feishan and the others, because Li Mulong's clan was simply too arrogant and condescending. Almost all of the major families here had been ridiculed by Li Mutsong and the others, and they had been ridiculed to their faces. Some people even spoke rudely and directly scolded the old inscription masters of the big clans as idiot. They said that those old inscription masters lived like dogs. In short, the scolding was very unpleasant to hear. Li Mutsong laughed heartily as he walked over. Tang Feishan, look at the Grandmaster Qin you found. He's showing his true colors, right? He won't be able to break the barrier we've set up. I'm only at the master level, yet he can't even break the barrier that I've set up. Tang Feishan's face turned red, but he could not say anything. I can break the barrier, Qin Yun suddenly said with a smile. Don't look down on others and don't think too highly of yourself. Ha ha ha. Li Mulong laughed out loud, then looked at his companions and shouted, Did you hear that? This guy actually said that he could break my barrier. Ha ha. Grand Master Qin, right? If you can break this barrier, I, Li Mutsong, will call you father. The people of the Li clan roared with laughter. When the Sea Demon King and the others saw Qin Yun's confidence, they knew that Li Mutsong was doomed. Qin Yun said with smile, No need to call me. You can call him. He pointed at the tiger turtle. The tiger turtle laughed. I am a tiger turtle beast. If you call me father, then you are my turtle son. Ha ha ha. Li Mulong's face turned gloomy as he sneered. You guys sure are confident. Don't you know who we are? We are the strongest bloodline of the sacred race. We are innately proficient in runes. Qin Yun smiled. Then, he took out the mental resonance king brush and injected a very strong blood soul power into it. Then, with a wave of the brush, a gust of wind appeared. That was a gale condensed from the powerful blood soul power. Qin Yun controlled the power of the blood soul and transformed it into two gigantic hands that tore apart the transparent dark lines. Hoo-hoo! The barrier was violently torn apart, and a burst of energy burst out. The enchantment was broken, and Li Mulong was dumbfounded. The 100+ inscription masters of the Li clan are also stunned on the spot, looking at Qin Yun in disbelief. One must know that even if it were them, it would not be that easy for them to break through the spirit formation. They would need some time. As for Qin Yun, he tore through the barrier in a few moments. That barrier was set up by Li Mulong, and it was also the one he was most satisfied with. But now it had been torn apart by someone. Son of a turtle, quickly call me father. The tiger turtle laughed loudly. You! Li Mutsong's expression is incomparably ugly as he looked at the smiling Qin Yun. Tang Feishan felt very relieved, he said with smile. Li Mutsong, this person is a true venerable inscription master. He easily broke the illusory strange mountain's barrier before. And your clan's 2 old venerable inscription masters are still unable to enter the illusory strange mountain after so many years. It is truly disappointing. Just now, Tang Feishan told Li Mutsong that Qin Yun can break the illusory strange mountain's barrier, but Li Mutsong did not believe it. Now, he has no choice but to believe it. You still dare to say that this illusory strange mountain is yours? Sea Demon King said with sneer. Alright, if you can go in, then go in. Don't blame us if you die inside. Li Mutsong coldly groaned and said, We sent half-immortal puppets inside before and quite a few of them died. Let alone your flesh and blood bodies. The tiger turtle said with smile, Son of a turtle, thank you for your reminder, I will definitely remember it. Li Mutsong gnashed his teeth in anger. He really wants to beat up the tiger turtle, but he is somewhat afraid of Qin Yun. The barrier he set up was easily torn apart by Qin Yun. It means that Qin Yun's inscription level is above his. In front of this kind of expert, he doesn't dare to act recklessly. Son of a turtle, you are too dishonest. Didn't you just say that you wanted to call me father? Quickly call me father. The tiger turtle chuckled and said, Tang Feishan and his clan's people are the most satisfied because for so many years, they have been suppressed by the inscription masterly clan to the point where they can't even raise their heads. Inscription masters from various large clans and many people here are watching Li Mutsong make a fool of himself. Just now, everyone was ridiculed by Li Mutsong and his group. And now, not much time has passed, Li Mutsong and his group can no longer be arrogant. Just wait for me, I will call the clan's venerable master seniors over. Li Mutsong gnashed his teeth and said, then took out a sound transmission magic tool to send sound transmission. Qin Yun patted the tiger turtle's shoulder and said with smile, Don't make trouble, let's go in. Li Mutsong and his clan's people opened their eyes wide as they watched Qin Yun and the tiger turtle easily enter the illusory strange mountain. After Qin Yun and the tiger turtle entered, they saw a stone tablet. Just like the stone tablet in the illusory strange mountain, this stone tablet also needs to be sprinkled with a powerful beast's blood in order to reveal the runes on it. After Qin Yun sprinkled the powerful dragon blood, he saw the runes. It's also a set of sun runes. Qin Yun let Mo come out and record the sun runes on the stone tablet. After Mo finished recording, she said with her delicate and soft voice, There are a lot of dark runes on this stone tablet. There are even more dark runes than the previous stone tablet. Qin Yun is somewhat astonished because he can see quite a few bright runes and there are actually a lot of dark runes that he can't see. If not for Mo, he doesn't know when he would be able to crack the dark runes on the stone tablet. In order to make the illusory strange mountain disappear, Qin Yun let Mo erase a few dark runes on the stone tablet. After erasing them, he quickly put away Mo. The illusory strange mountain that has enveloped the stone tablet for many years, along with the powerful formation, suddenly lost its effectiveness. When everyone saw the illusory strange mountain disappear and the stone tablet appear, they all let out a cheer. Qin Yun broke open this ancient illusory strange mountain twice in a row, causing people to firmly believe that he is a great inscription master. One must know that the illusory strange mountain has been a mysterious place in this underwater treasure domain for many years. Now, someone has finally uncovered this mysterious veil. Li Mutsong and the others are also dumbstruck because Qin Yun just arrived not long ago and easily entered the illusory strange mountain. Moreover, not long after, the illusory strange mountain disappeared without a trace. Sea Demon King rushed over to pull out the stone tablet. Li Mutsong and the others also reacted. They hastily rushed over and shouted, "Don't touch that stone tablet! That's ours. If you touch it again, don't blame us for fighting you to the death. Inscription Masterly clan is indeed formidable. After more than 100 people rushed over, they all grabbed many talismans in their hand. It seems like they are very powerful attack king talismans. Many people even controlled talisman tools to float in the air. Get away from this stone tablet for me, otherwise we will fight it out with you. Li Mutsang's voice was fierce as he shouted loudly. When everyone saw the talismans and talisman tools in their hands, they immediately retreated in fright. After the dragon blood on the stone tablet was sucked dry, the runes also did not appear. Li Mutsang saw that the stone tablet is completely blank. He can only constantly touch it, trying to figure out something. The tiger turtle said with sneer, "Stupid bird, this stone tablet needs to be sprinkled with a large amount of powerful beast blood to have a reaction. To think that you have the face to say that this stone tablet is yours. If I didn't tell you, you bunch of idiots would never be able to figure out the secret of this stone tablet." Li Mutsang and the others, who normally act high and mighty in front of other sacred race, are now being ridiculed by the tiger turtle. They are extremely angry in their hearts, but they can't do anything because they really don't know the secret of this stone tablet. Li Mutsang also took out a powerful beast blood to test it, and sure enough, he saw the runes on the stone tablet. "It's Sun Rune, it's Sun Rune!" Li Mutsang shouted in pleasant surprise. Tang Feishan said to Qin Yun in low voice, "Venerable Master Qin, what should we do now?" Qin Yun waved his hand and said, "It's fine, they will definitely cooperate with us." The Sea Demon King said, "I also have a steel in my hand. If you want to gather 5 steels, you must also find the hidden treasure spot. This B** starred only has a single steel. So, what can he do?" The patriarch of the Xian Sea divine race said, "How about this, we go to the next strange illusory mountain." "Alright, ignore them for now, let them come find us," Tang Feishan said. He now also plans to follow Qin Yun's group. Only by doing so can they reach the final hidden treasure location. Qin Yun also nodded. However, just as they were about to leave, Li Mutsang suddenly shouted, "Don't go!" The Sea Demon King said angrily, "Bastard, I've tolerated you for a long time. Do we not even have the right to leave now? Are you trying to force us to take action?" Li Mutsang said with sneer, "If you have the guts, then attack us. Who's afraid of who? I guarantee that if you touch us, you'll be dead." After saying that, dozens of Inscription Masterly clan's middle-aged people suddenly formed a large circle and surrounded the stone tablet. The youngsters are all inside the circle. Qin Yun's expression slightly changed as he shouted, "Don't go over!" They used people as pillars to set up a great formation that can attack and defend. "If you go over, you will be killed." Tang Feishan said, "Yes, this formation of theirs is very powerful, it can resist the attack of many Sixth Tribulation half-immortals." Li Mutsang shouted, "Wait for our elders to come, maybe we can talk." He now knows that each of the 5 illusory strange mountains has a stone tablet. They need to gather all 5 stone tablet. Now there are still 3 illusory strange mountains that have not been broken. Qin Yun has to do it himself. "After your elders come, what do you plan to talk about?" the Sea Demon King asked. "I don't know." Li Mutsang snorted. "In short, we must go to that mysterious hidden treasure location." Tang Feishan said in low voice, "Our Tang family's elders are also coming. Everyone, don't be afraid." Although the Tang family doesn't have any equipment, their power is very terrifying. If they are Sixth Tribulation half-immortals, even the Sea Demon King might not be able to defeat them. Not long after, a few old men suddenly arrived. All of them have very powerful aura. Chapter 12:29 Journey to the Netherworld. The elders of the 2 branch families of the sacred race had arrived. From their anger, it could be seen that the conflict between the 2 families was not small. The elders of the Tang family were all wearing beast skin clothes, making them look like savages. As for the elders of the Li family, they were all wearing clothes and robes with inscriptions carved on them. They were all very good defensive treasures. Immediately, it was clear who was superior. Of course, they did not fight. If they were to fight, it would be difficult to determine who would win and both sides would suffer. They were very clear on this point. They had come here for the same purpose. It was because they had received news from their juniors that the illusory mountain had been broken open. When they heard this news, the elders of the Inscription Masterly clan were the most shocked. This was because they were the most proficient in inscriptions in the sacred race. There were also 2 grandmasters who could carve 11th level inscriptions. The 2 grandmasters had been studying the illusory mountain for many years, but they had not made any progress at all. When they went to investigate the illusory mountain, they would refine many puppets and let them enter the illusory mountain to investigate. However, no matter how powerful the puppets they refined were, once they entered the illusory mountain, they would immediately lose contact with them. Even so, they continued to refine puppets and tried to let them enter the illusory mountain. The elders of the Inscription Masterly clan all believed that if they wanted to break the barrier of the illusory mountain, they could only do it from the inside. They needed to enter the illusory mountain, but it had never been successful. Now, when they heard the news that the illusory mountain had been broken, they immediately rushed over. When they came over, they thought that Li Mutsang was joking with them. They still couldn't believe it, but now that they saw the illusory mountain disappear with their own eyes, they immediately believed it. Li Mutsang, what's going on? An old man from the Inscription Masterly clan hurriedly asked after he arrived. He didn't care about fighting with the Tang family. Grandmasterly, this was all broken by that guy. Those people called that kid Grandmaster Qin. Li Mutsang pointed at Qin Yun and told Grandmaster Li what had happened. Grandmaster Li wore a grayish-white robe and had a straight white beard and white hair. After he finished listening, he looked at Qin Yun and frowned. His sharp old eyes were filled with doubt because he did not believe that Qin Yun was a Grandmaster Inscription Grandmaster. The Li family people took out powerful beast blood and splashed it on the stone tablet. They saw the runes on the stone tablet. They were all very excited because they could tell with a glance that those sun runes were very complicated and rare. Although they did not know what use those sun runes had, they were very powerful. The Sea Demon King said to Master Li, "Master Qin has a map that can bring us to the final place where the treasure is hidden, but we need 5 steals." At this time, Master Li also knew that if he wanted to go to the last place where the treasure was hidden, he could only follow this group of people. The seniors immediately thought of a countermeasure. "We can cooperate with you, but this stone tablet must be kept with us," Master Li said as he pulled the stone tablet out of the soil. To Qin she said, "1, clan, stone tablet world." Qin said, "Qin king, Qin clan, Qin, if he were Qin, he Qin Yun stone were he." Now, Qin Yun can only take it 1 step at a time. Every illusory mountain is being watched by a large group of experts. It is impossible for him to take away the stone tablet, so he has no choice but to cooperate with these people. "Can you let us see that half of the map?" Grandmaster Li asked. "No." Qin Yun refused. "We still need to pay 1,000,000 immortal jade beads to buy that half of the map. You want to see the map? How can it be that easy?" Diyuan snorted in displeasure. Grandmaster Li said to the Sea Demon King with a smile, "I know that you also have a stone tablet. Since that's the case, we should all cooperate. If this Grandmaster Qin doesn't want to give us the map, we won't give him the stone tablet." The hearts of the people from the immortal Desolate family and the 2 great races immediately stirred. They all knew that Qin Yun was searching for the treasure deposit and definitely needed the stone tablet. Qin Yun chuckled and said, "All right, let's go our separate ways and see who can get the treasure deposit first. Goodbye." "Grandmaster Qin, wait. We don't have that intention," Don't listen to that guy's nonsense. The Sea Demon King immediately shouted. Many big shots also surrounded Qin Yun, not letting them leave. They all softly begged him to stay. This caused Grandmaster Li and the people from the Li family to be immediately dumbfounded. There are still 3 illusory strange mountains that need to be broken. Without Qin Yun, they can all go home. Not only can Qin Yun break the illusory strange mountains, he also has half of the map in his hand. Therefore, no one here has the qualifications to bargain with him. Grandmaster Li, if you want to join our treasure hunting team, you will also have to pay a set of immortal jade beads. Qin Yun said, if you don't have immortal jade beads, you can use things to exchange with the families from the immortal desolate. The families and the 2 great races of the immortal desolate all secretly rejoiced because with the Li family joining, they would be able to produce less immortal jade bead. Grandmaster Li laughed loudly and said, naive fellow! If we don't join you, you will lose the stone tablet in our hands. Let's see what you can do. Qin Yun said with a smile, without the stone tablet in your hands, we can still go to the treasure deposit. Believe it or not. Let's go to the next illusory strange mountain. Everyone immediately hurried on their way, no longer paying attention to the Li family. Wait! Grandmaster Li suddenly became anxious and shouted loudly. What are we waiting for? We are in a hurry! The tiger turtle shouted. If you can't produce immortal jade beads, don't even think about following us. Take your stone tablet and go home to wash and sleep. How many immortal jade beads do we have to pay? Grandmaster Li is very angry in his heart. He suddenly realized that if they don't follow Qin Yun, the stone tablet will be useless to them. If they really don't need his stone tablet and everyone gets good things from the treasure deposit, then their Li family will suffer a great loss. Sea Demon King said, we can discuss this matter together. Anyway, we just need to gather 1,000,000 immortal jade beads and give it to Venerable Master Qin. Alright, then we will join your team. Grandmaster Li said. Welcome. Sea Demon King said with smile. I have changed my mind now. I want 1,200,000 immortal jade beads. Gather them and give them to me. Qin Yun said with smile. Venerable Master Qin, you can't do this. Sea Demon King cursed Qin Yun in his heart, but he doesn't dare to say anything on the surface. It's nothing, I just don't like those guys. That Limut Song made things difficult for us in every possible way. Now they want to join our team, isn't this too easy? Qin Yun said with sneer. Everyone should remember how those guys ridiculed us just now, right? They even cursed us to the point that we are worse than dogs. Speaking of this matter, all the big shots of various races have face filled with resentment. Xian Rujing said, they are taking great advantage of us by joining us. These guys insulted us so much, how can we let them take advantage of us for nothing? Indeed. Ji Jin yelled with smile. Various races' younger generation loudly shouted this time. They were indeed insulted and belittled by Li Mutsang's group, so now they all support Qin Yun. Various races' older generation also feel that they should let Li family pay more. Surname Qin Brat, don't push your luck, at worst we won't join you. Li Mutsang furiously shouted. It would be best if you don't join us. Otherwise the treasure deposit will have to be divided with you idiots. Tiger Turtle laughed heartily and said, at that time we will obtain many treasures, you idiots won't even get a hair. Venerable Master Li is also secretly angry. He coldly looked at Li Mutsang's group. He naturally knows that these younger generation are normally very arrogant. If Li Mutsang's group had a better attitude, there would not be so many problems now. Let's go, Qin Yun said. Without them joining, we will also have peace. Sea Demon King did not say anything because he thought that if he can obtain many good things in the end, even if he has to pay a bit in the beginning, it won't be a big deal. Venerable Master Li yelled, I promise you, I will give you an extra set of immortal jade beads. Qin Yun laughed and said, That's good, go and have a chat with the immortal Desolate's families. He doesn't care how many immortal jade beads these big shots will give him. He just needs to gather 2,000,000 and give it to him. The next illusory strange mountain is also guarded by a sacred race branch family. This is surnamed Zhao family. Their attitude is very good, they are very polite to people. Who knows how many times better than Li Mutsang's group. They found out that Qin Yun can break the illusory strange mountain, so they are willing to let Qin Yun enter. After Qin Yun and the tiger turtle entered, just like the previous 2 times, they first recorded the sun runes on the stone stele, then erased a few dark runes before breaking the illusory strange mountain. The Zhao family's elders are also nearby, so the stone stele was taken away by their elders. The Zhao family also smoothly joined the treasure hunt team. Although Qin Yun did not make them pay anything, they voluntarily gave Qin Yun some things. They are several thousand genes of immortal iron. After Qin Yun received the immortal iron, he continued towards the 4th illusory strange mountain. They also went very smoothly here because the Lu family, who are guarding this illusory strange mountain, have a very good relationship with the Zhao family. They also gave Qin Yun several thousand genes of immortal iron as a thank you gift for joining the treasure hunt team. Now, the stone stele of the 4 illusory strange mountain in the underwater treasure domain have been taken away. The last illusory strange mountain is inside the 9 nether realm. Qin Yun said, that place should be somewhat dangerous, right? That illusory strange mountain in the 9 nether realm is guarded by the Su family. They are quite easy to talk to. However, the 9 nether realm is indeed rather dangerous. The Su family members have not come out for a very long time because on the way out, they will encounter danger. The Lu family's old man said, with so many of us going, there shouldn't be any danger, right? The Sea Demon King asked. It's hard to say. The Zhao family's old man shook his head. Qin Yun thought for a moment and said, let's return to the Immortal Sex City first. You guys gather 2,000,000 immortal jade beads for me, and then go to the last illusory strange mountain. And the treasure trove is also in the 9 nether realm. Let's go to the 9 nether realm to collect the stone stele and then go to the treasure trove. Alright. We can also prepare like this. Xian Si Divine Race's patriarch said. We can take advantage of this time to understand the dangers of the 9 nether realm. Chapter 1230. Ice Sun Qin Yun has many immortal jade beads and divine liquid. He wants to use them to cultivate and see how effective they are. On top of that, Nangong Shueru can use immortal jade paste and other immortal medicines to refine very good quality jade immortal pills. After returning to Immortal Sex City, Qin Yun found a spacious area and released Star Traveling Pagoda. He, Tiger Turtle, Xian Rujing and Xian Lingxue entered Star Traveling Pagoda and waited for the 2,000,000 immortal jade beads to arrive. Tiger Turtle is a nether realm ferocious beast. It has its own cultivation method. It mainly relies on eating. It needs to eat many powerful nether realm ferocious beasts to become stronger. Originally, Qin Yun wanted to give some dragon meat to Tiger Turtle, but Tiger Turtle didn't want it and only asked for a bottle of divine liquid. Star Traveling Pagoda is very safe. Even if many 6th Tribulation half-immortals besieged it, it would be very difficult to break through. Sea Demon King and other people are now discussing how many immortal jade beads each family should take out and how to deal with the dangers inside the 9 nether realm. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing are inside a secret room inside Star Traveling Pagoda. Originally, Qin Yun wanted to let Nangong Shueru and others come out to cultivate together, but Xian Rujing did not allow it. Qin Yun, you have immortal jade beads and divine liquid. They can help you cultivate even faster. Xian Rujing said. If we cultivate together, it will be beneficial to both sides. But why can't we let Shueru and others come out? Isn't it very good to have them cultivate together? Oh, that's right, let big sister Lingxue also join us. Qin Yun said with smile. The technique I'm going to use next will allow us to cultivate faster, but there's a greater risk involved. That is why I did not let them join us. You and I have the ability to deal with all kinds of risks, but they are different. Xian Rujing said in grave tone. What kind of method? Will there be any side effects? Or will it cause foundation to become unstable? Qin Yun saw how serious Xian Rujing is and immediately became excited. Is it a secret method from Divine Desolate? Relax, I guarantee you will be able to steadily increase your cultivation. Otherwise, I wouldn't be cultivating together with you. Xian Rujing took out a large soft beast skin cushion, placed it on the ground and said, Quickly come over. I have not used this kind of secret method for a long time. I don't know how big the risk is. Qin Yun nervously walked over and sat down. He looked at Xian Rujing's ice-cold and gorgeous face and said with some worry, Great Goddess Rujing, if something unexpected happens, will you die? It won't happen, at most it will be a bit painful, maybe your muscles and bones will explode. Xian Rujing's expression is grave. She extended her hands and indicated for Qin Yun to hold her hands. Qin Yun also extended his hands and tightly locked his fingers with Xian Rujing's. Suddenly he felt a burst of coldness from Xian Rujing's lily-white hands. Divine liquid? Divine liquid? And the immortal jade bead. Xian said. I said. Xian. Of Yun of Shao, two of. Spirit. Yun's of that. Of Yun is of Qi. After Qin Yun relaxed, he felt his body suddenly turn extremely cold. Thankfully, he had the heavenly lion's blood in his body, allowing him to resist the cold. Xian Rujing relaxed a lot seeing that Qin Yun can endure her ice-cold power, otherwise it would be very difficult to progress. After a while, Xian Rujing opened her eyes and asked, How is it? Do you feel any discomfort? It's all right, I can endure. Qin Yun nodded. Then take out divine liquid and immortal jade bead. It would be best if you take out 2 large basins and mix them with immortal jade bead and divine liquid. Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun took out 2 large basins and placed them on both sides. Then he asked, Do you want to put your divine liquid or something else? Put mine first. Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun took out the few bottles of divine liquid given to him by Xian Rujing and poured them into the 2 large basins. Then he took out immortal jade bead and filled them up. Is it like this? Can I really absorb divine liquid? Qin Yun is somewhat doubtful because he believes that divine liquid must be directly soaked in or consumed to have good effect. Don't ask too much. Xian Rujing said, extended her hands and said, Just like before. Qin Yun grabbed Xian Rujing's hands again. At this time, the divine liquid and immortal jade bead inside the 2 large basins started revolving and letting out rustling sound. The 2 basins of immortal jade bead divine liquid released golden white light. The 2 basins released golden white colored energy light rays and poured into Qin Yun and Xian Rujing's body. Aw! Qin Yun suddenly roared because he was in great pain just now. Xian Rujing's eyes are tightly closed. It is clear that she is also suffering. Endure. Xian Rujing said in deep voice. Even though it is painful, it is the fastest method. Qin Yun can endure. He has suffered this kind of suffering many times before. After the divine liquid and immortal jade beads energy entered his body, Xian Rujing controlled them and then circulated them back and forth inside their body. After Qin Yun and Xian Rujing absorbed the divine liquid's energy, they fused together inside their body. They entered a cultivation state. They can feel the fused energy circulating inside each other's body. It is like their blood, it is rapidly flowing and battering their tendons and meridians. The divine liquid's energy is entering their tendons, meridians, blood, flesh and bones in a very berserk manner. And the immortal jade bead's energy entered their dantian and transformed into energy to refine the crystal condensed in their dantian. There is a nether sun inside Qin Yun's dantian and a pearl-emitting, white cold air inside Xian Rujing's dantian. It is very strange. Qin Yun doesn't know why, but it seems like he can see the half-immortal life crystal inside Xian Rujing's dantian. This caused him to be very startled because it is not an ordinary half-immortal life crystal. Xiao Yun, there is an ice sun inside Ice Goddess dantian, Ling Yuner said in amazement. Xian Rujing opened her eyes. Her face is filled with shock as she looked at Qin Yun. She endured the pain and yelled, "You bastard, you actually have a nether sun!" Qin Yun forced a smile and said, "Your ice sun is also very awesome." Your nether sun is not below my ice sun, to be honest. Even those great gods of divine desolate want to have nether sun. Xian Rujing suddenly became very excited because if Qin Yun has nether sun, he will be able to cultivate together with her even more. Truth be told, I accidentally cultivated nether sun, Qin Yun said. Body as sun, soul as moon. Moreover, it is nether sun and nether moon. You are truly a guy who walked into dog's hit luck. Xian Rujing said again. Qin Yun's dantian cultivates nether sun. It can cultivate a formidable body. His soul has a nether moon. It can cultivate soul and mind. Great deity Rujing, please give me pointers in cultivation. I don't have any clue about my current cultivation situation. Qin Yun sighed. Qin Yun doesn't know why, but the pain inside his body has lessened by a lot. Ling Yuner suddenly said, "Xiao Yun, she is controlling your nether sun. She is using your nether sun to refine divine liquid. It seems like she has a mysterious method to control nether sun to refine divine liquid's energy. Even I can't do it." Alright, now tell me, what kind of cultivation technique do you cultivate? Xian Rujing is now even more attentive to Qin Yun's cultivation situation. This, my main cultivation technique, is Immortal Devil Sacred Body Art. Qin Yun thought for a bit and said, "This Immortal Devil Sacred Body Art is indeed something he frequently cultivates." Xian Rujing's expression slightly changed. Where did this Immortal Devil Sacred Body Art come from? The Immortal Devil Sacred Body Art was taught to him by Xie Qiru. Qin Yun recalled that Xian Rujing said that she and Xie Qiru have a close relationship. "I picked it up from the ground," Qin Yun said. "Don't lie to me." Xian Rujing coldly looked at Qin Yun. "Do you know who created this Immortal Devil Sacred Body Art?" Qin Yun's brows twitched and asked, "Who?" Xian Rujing proudly smiled. "It was created by this great god. I modified a divine cultivation technique from a cultivation technique. In Immortal Desolate, I only taught it to Xian Qiru. Did Xian Qiru teach it to your past life? But didn't you say it before? You don't have the memories of your past life." She knows that Qin Yun's past life and Xian Qiru crossed paths again. "Alright, Sister Qiru taught it to me. After she reincarnated, she became my grand preceptor." Qin Yun told Xian Rujing about how he knew Xie Qiru since childhood. After Xian Rujing finished listening, she seems to have thought of something and did not ask about Xie Qiru's current situation. "Alright, your current cultivation should focus on Immortal Devil Sacred Body Art. After you cultivate to peak Sacred Body, you won't need to continue cultivating." Xian Rujing pondered for a bit and said, "Then, Evil God said he would teach me spirit cultivation." Qin Yun said again, "When the time comes, just tell him to guide you in soul cultivation. You don't need his guidance in body cultivation." Xian Rujing's beautiful eyes flickered with excitement. "I can now control your nether sun and directly refine divine liquid. After refining, we can cultivate together. This way, you won't need to endure pain." Qin Yun curiously asked, "Can I control nether sun to do this later?" Xian Rujing sighed and said, "You still can't. The reason why I can control your nether sun is because my ice sun and soul can release special power to stabilize your nether sun. You should be very clear that you cannot casually use nether sun's power." Qin Yun nodded. If he wants to use nether sun's power, He can only do it through Ling Yuner. During cultivation, immortal jade beads are consumed very quickly. Immortal jade beads are completely consumed, and there is still a lot of divine liquid left unabsorbed. After all, Qin Yun and Xian Rujing's body is very weak. They are unable to quickly digest divine liquid. Both of them have a sun inside their dantian. They need to absorb a great amount of immortal energy. That is why they can quickly absorb immortal jade beads. Qin Yun said with smile. Our cultivation is going very smoothly. I suddenly feel that we are truly fated. We actually met each other. Don't be too proud. Don't think that I will like you just because you have nether sun. Don't even think about getting me. Xian Rujing said with sneer. I am a great god of divine desolate. I will not give myself to a mortal. Chapter 12:31. The secret of the goddess. Xian Rujing glared at him, then vigorously grabbed his hand and said, Wait until the immortal jade beads are completely absorbed, then take out even more immortal jade beads. I want to increase my speed. Not long after, the 2 pots of immortal jade beads were also completely absorbed. Qin Yun could only take out 2 large vats and fill them with immortal jade beads. Then, he poured the rest of the divine liquid into the large vats. Finally, he filled them with the immortal liquid condensed from the immortal origin. Take out the divine liquid of those trash gods. Xian Rujing suddenly said. Qin Yun said with a frown, What are you doing? Xian Rujing curled her lips and said, What can I do? Of course it's to refine the divine elixir. I'm not going to absorb the divine elixir of those trashy gods. Xian Rujing doesn't have much divine liquid in her hands, and she wants to keep some for herself. Qin Yun could only take it out. There were 3 vats of the heretic god's divine liquid and 2 small vats for the others. Xian Rujing took out a cauldron that looks like it was refined from ice. When Qin Yun saw the runes on the cauldron's surface, he immediately exclaimed, What is this? A divine artifact? Of course. Xian Rujing proudly smiled and said, This is my origin divine tool, Xian Ice Divine Cauldron. Fused with my soul. When you go to the divine wilderness in the future, you will know the power of this divine weapon. Xian Rujing poured the divine liquid of evil god and other gods into the Xian Ice Divine Cauldron. Then she released the ice sun from her dantian and immersed it in the divine liquid. He covered the divine cauldron, and the divine cauldron suddenly started shaking. From the side, Qin Yun could hear the rumbling sounds coming from within the divine cauldron. Wait patiently. Xian Rujing looked at the Xian Ice Divine Cauldron and said. Qin Yun also took the opportunity to let Mo come out. Mo slowly passed on the sun runes she had mastered to Qin Yun. Qin Yun had to remember those sun runes. That was the key to obtaining the treasures. After several hours, Xian Rujing opened the lid of the divine cauldron. The amount of divine liquid inside had decreased significantly. There was only 1 vat left. These divine liquids have been refined by me, their quality has increased by a lot, they can be considered my divine liquids. You keep them. Now it's time to use my divine liquid. Qin Yun giggled and said, Thank you, great goddess Rujing. Xian Rujing lightly groaned and continued cultivating with Qin Yun. This time, Xian Rujing immediately used Nether Sun to devour the divine liquid. After refining it, they will cultivate together. Qin Yun also discovered that the energy from the immortal jade beads and divine liquid first entered his Nether Sunday. After refining them, they entered the joint cultivation state. Xian Rujing is very adept at using Nether Sun. This caused Qin Yun to be extremely envious. If only he could control the Nether Sun like this. However, he is unable to control the Nether Sun. He can only let Ling Yun control it. But Ling Yuner cannot refine divine liquid as easily as Xian Rujing. Of course, it wouldn't be a problem to refine the immortal energy inside the immortal jade bead. Rujing, Can you teach me how to control Nether Sun to refine divine liquid? Qin Yun asked. Wait until you have cultivated the saint body, then you will naturally be able to. The reason I can do it now is because my soul has a special divine power. Xian Rujing looked at Qin Yun and very sternly said, You must remember, you must not act recklessly. Otherwise you will die. If your Nether Sun doesn't have enough power to suppress it, it will crazily devour divine power and destroy your body. Qin Yun did not expect it to be so serious. Luckily he never tried it. Ling Yuner also warned Qin Yun repeatedly, telling him not to act recklessly. Relax, I won't act recklessly. I still want to save Sister Kiru. Qin Yun said, Her strongest immortal devil body is still sealed in the immortal graveyard. I want to help her break free. Xian Kiru's immortal devil sacred body is sealed inside the immortal graveyard. Moreover, apart from the immortal devil sacred body, there are other things. Xian Rujing said. What else? Qin Yun hastily asked. I also don't know. In short, this matter is not simple at all. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor and Devil Immortal Great Emperor are unable to control the sealed things. Xian Rujing lightly sighed. Things they can't control must be destroyed or sealed to prevent people from threatening them. Qin Yun is hesitating whether or not he should tell Xian Rujing about the 9 Sun Divine Soul. Xian Rujing suddenly asked, 9 Sun Divine Soul and 9 Yin Divine Soul should be in your hands, right? You only have 1 sacred Sun Spirit vein, but your body has such formidable 9 Sun power. Even those who possess 9 Sun spiritual veins are unable to condense such a powerful 9 Sun power. Only the 9 Sun Divine Spirit can do it. Sister Kiru has the 9 Yin Divine Soul. Qin Yun is secretly startled in his heart and promptly said, Alright. I am relieved that she has the 9 Yin Divine Soul. Xian Rujing nodded and said, Do you have any other secret you want to tell me? Just tell me. It would be best if you don't hide anything from me. This. I have 2 Sun Spirits and 1 Nether Sun Spirit. Qin Yun told Xian Rujing about the matter of him obtaining 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow and 9 Sun Divine Hammer. Then he told her about going to Ancient Domain to find Nether Sun Spirit. After Xian Rujing finished listening, there is no fluctuation in her expression, she does not look surprised at all. She indifferently said, In theory, 9 Sun Divine Soul is only half-finished product. Because it only has 9 Sun Spirits and they are not complete. 9 Yin Divine Soul is also the same, it only has 9 Nether Sun Spirits. 9 Nether Sun Spirits are not complete. If the 9 Sun Divine Soul in your hand fuses with 9 Sun Spirits, it will become a new divine tool. As for what it will be, I also don't know. Xian Rujing said, 9 Yin Divine Soul is also the same. However, it is very difficult to find 9 Sun Spirits. As far as I know, majority of Sun Spirits are in Divine Desolate and Sacred Desolate. In comparison, Nether Sun Spirits are much easier to gather. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing's palms are tightly pressed together, they are transferring energy to each other for joint cultivation. Qin Yun was silent for a while, then said with bitter smile, I obtained 2 Sun Spirits, one of them can no longer hold on. That 9th Heaven Xian Sparrow, I don't know when it will fall asleep. Relax, they will be reborn. Even though 9 suns fell into 9 desolate, it is only Nirvana rebirth. Xian Rujing faintly smiled. You bastard, what kind of secret were you hiding in your past life? You actually let Kiru place so much hope on you. I also don't know. In short, my past life left behind a letter telling me not to recover my past life's memories. Qin Yun let out a long sigh and then asked, Rujing, do you have any secret you can tell me? I don't. Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun thought that Xian Rujing would tell him some things, but she did not say anything. Is big sister Lingshui your clone? Qin Yun asked. Yes, she is my clone. But her memories have not been awakened, so she has her own consciousness and is not under my control. I only confirmed this matter after I found out that she has innate saint spirit body. Xian Rujing nodded. If I need, I can make her my clone at any time. Qin Yun said with smile. Big sister Lingxue is so gentle and considerate, by all means don't awaken your ice mother tigress memories. She is very good like this. Xian Rujing said with sneer. Even if she doesn't awaken her memories, I will not let you off easy. Big sister Lingxue is me, I am her, don't even think about touching her. Qin Yun shrugged his shoulders and said, I never had such a thought. But then again, you are an aloof ice goddess. When you forcefully kissed a little mortal like me, how did you feel? Xian Rujing vigorously pinched Qin Yun's hand. Don't talk about this matter anymore. Even if I don't talk about this matter anymore, it will not change the fact that you forcefully kissed me. Ha ha ha! Qin Yun said with laugh. Xian Rujing coldly looked at Qin Yun. Qin Yun sensed that Xian Rujing wants to bite him and stopped smiling. Rujing, have you heard of 9 Sun World Extermination Scripture? Qin Yun suddenly asked. I have heard of it? You have it? Xian Rujing said in amazement. How do you know? Did Kiru tell you? I am just casually asking, my foster father told me. It is that netherworld great emperor. Qin Yun informed Xian Rujing about his foster father. In Divine Desolate, 9 Sun World Extermination Scripture is a cultivation technique that makes many great and small gods go crazy. Xian Rujing said, Immortal Desolate's people actually know of 9 Sun World Extermination Scripture's existence. This is a very formidable divine technique. It is said that it can control 9 suns and release formidable world extermination power, easily killing a great god. Qin Yun said in shock. It truly has this kind of might? What do you think? Otherwise, why would it be called 9 Sun World Extermination Scripture? Xian Rujing rolled her eyes. This kind of supreme divine technique, you can only dream about it, don't even think about obtaining it. A little mortal like you can never obtain it. Oh! Qin Yun actually has a chance to obtain it because Yao Feng is currently learning it. He now understands why Yao Feng has not been able to master it for so long. It is actually a very formidable divine technique. Qin Yun kept chatting with Xian Rujing. He wants to get some useful information from her mouth, but she is not willing to say anything. Qin Yun and Ling Yuner both believe that Xian Rujing knows the details of Xiekiru's sealing, but she is not willing to say anything. Moreover, Xian Rujing must be very clear about the origin of 9 Sun Divine Soul and 9 Yin Divine Soul. Although Xian Rujing did not say anything useful, Qin Yun can faintly feel that when Xiekiru was sealed, it must have been a fight between Divine Desolate's divine slaves. More than 10 days passed by. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing have been absorbing immortal jade beads and divine liquid for cultivation. Their progress has been very smooth. Qin Yun feels that he can go through second half immortal tribulation now, but he wants to find the treasure deposit first. And Xian Rujing can also go through third half immortal tribulation. Rujing, don't be in a rush to return to Immortal Desolate. Cultivate with me here for a period of time and then go back. Qin Yun said. No, I want to go back to Immortal Desolate to go through third half Immortal Tribulation. Moreover, I have important things to do in Immortal Desolate. Xian Rujing said. Even without you, I can still quickly increase my cultivation. Qin Yun cursed in low voice, then left the secret room and left Star Traveling Pagoda. He wants to find Sea Demon King and others to collect immortal jade beads. Chapter 1232. Bloody Abyss Wolf. He pretended to promise Xian Rujing not to go to Immortal Desolate through the Immortal Gate, otherwise Xian Rujing would have thought of a way to stop him. He already decided that after he finds the Immortal Supreme Treasure, he will secretly go to Immortal Desolate and find Xian Rujing to cultivate together. Didn't we consume a lot of immortal jade beads for this joint cultivation? Only a little more than 100,000, and we'll be able to cross the tribulation, Qin Yun said with a smile. After careful consideration, he felt that the expenditure was not too great. It was mainly because of the fusion cultivation. 150 to 60,000 immortal jade beads is already considered a lot. Even someone like Xian Shaoqing would only get a few immortal jade beads every year. It would take him a few years to collect 150 to 60,000. The reason we can cultivate so fast is because of the joint cultivation. If we cultivate alone, we would need 2 to 300,000. Xian Rujing said, "You have a lot of immortal jade beads, don't waste them everywhere. When you can cultivate with Shuiru and others, you can save a lot of immortal jade beads and it will also be beneficial to everyone." Qin Yun nodded, then he arrived in front of a manor's gate. The Sea Demon King and the others were here. When the Sea Demon King and the others found out that Qin Yun and Xian Rujing had come, they went to the manor's gate early to wait for Qin Yun. They are even more anxious than Qin Yun to head to the treasure trove. They have paid a great price and want to quickly see what is hidden in the treasure trove. Even though Qin Yun was curious, he wasn't as anxious as the Sea Demon King and the others. Where are the 1.2 million immortal jade beads? Qin Yun directly asked the immortal jade beads the moment he arrived. The Sea Demon King said with a smile, "The fairy jade bead is with me." The two great clans, a few immortal desolate families and Grandmaster Li were all at the entrance of the villa. Seeing that they were all smiling, it seemed like they were having a good conversation. "Give it to me. I will give you the map now." Qin Yun is not afraid that this group of people will change their minds. "Master Qin, we have discussed this for more than 10 days, and we have decided to go to the land where the treasures are hidden before giving you the immortal jade bead," the Sea Demon King said with a smile. "You can be at ease, we will surely give it to you. We were just worried that you would suddenly run away." "We won't run," Qin Yun said with frown. "Quickly give me the immortal jade bead. Only then will I have the motivation to take you on a treasure hunt." The Sea Demon King sighed and said, "Grandmaster Qin, we are really worried. Can't we just sign a soul contract?" Qin Yun said with a smile, "There's nothing to worry about. We are worried that we will run into some dangers on the way to the 9 Nether Realm. I'm just saying, what if? If Grandmaster Qin suffered a mishap, wouldn't our immortal jade beads be wasted?" The Sea Demon King said. The other big shots nodded in agreement. Qin Yun said with smile, "Your worries are not without reason. But I'm also worried that you, Sea Demon King, will suffer misfortune, or all of you will suffer misfortune. At that time, who will give me the fairy jade bead?" Upon hearing Qin Yun's words, the Sea Demon King and the others became displeased. The Tiger Turtle said with sneer, "Don't think that you won't die just because you are 6th tribulation half-immortals. Let me tell you, there are many formidable guys in the 9 Nether Realm. Not to mention you guys, even if a powerful immortal came and encountered those powerful things, he would still die. I'm not trying to scare you. If you don't believe me, then go ask the saints. They have been in this region the longest, so they know just how dangerous the Netherworld realm is." Everyone looked at the sacred race's few clans, none of them said anything, clearly they tacitly agreed. Tang Feishan slightly nodded, his face revealed a trace of fear and said, "The 9 Nether Realm is indeed very dangerous. The clan that is currently guarding that strange mountain inside the 9 Nether Realm was originally our sacred race's strongest branch, but now they have declined greatly. The main reason is because too many of their experts died in the 9 Nether Realm." Qin Yun said with smile, "Didn't you communicate properly in these past 10 days? Otherwise, it would be impossible for you not to know about the dangers of the 9 Nether Realm. Sea Demon King and the others naturally know, they just don't think they will die in the 9 Nether Realm. Grandmaster Qin, how about this? We will give you 600,000 immortal jade beads first. When we get to that place, we will give you 600,000. At that time, if someone encounters misfortune, our losses will be much smaller. Venerable Master Li from the inscription, Master Li said. Qin Yun thought about it and nodded. All right, we will each take a step back. The Sea Demon King took out 6 storage pouches and handed them over. There are 100,000 immortal jade beads inside. We should set off now. Seize the time. The Sea Demon King said. All right. Qin Yun is already prepared. He can set off at any time. Originally, he wanted to refine some talismans and tools, but because he was cultivating with Xian Rujing, he was delayed. However, he still has many half-immortal life crystals. At crucial moment, he can use the Lion King cannon to shoot them. Xian Lingxue did not go. She was arranged by Xian Rujing to leave and return to Immortal Desolate. When the Immortal Gate appeared, Xian Lingxue followed Xian Fengli back to Immortal Desolate. Xian Lingxue will first hide in Immortal Desolate, then wait for Xian Rujing to come back and roam the world together. Qin Yun took out the half-map and handed it over to the Sea Demon King and the others. The people who understand the 9 Nether Realm the most are the Sacred Race people. Venerable Master Li's expression gradually became grave as he looked at the map. There are 2 red dots on this half-map. The biggest red dot is the place where the treasures are hidden, and the other small dot is the place where the strange illusory mountain is located. It can be seen from the map that the strange illusory mountain is not in the depths of the 9 Nether Realm, but the place where the treasures are hidden is very close to the depths of the 9 Nether Realm. The tiger turtle went to the place where the treasures are hidden before, but that was a very long time ago. It was still safe back then. Venerable Master Li feels that there should not be any change now, but it is still very dangerous. It is very close to the depths of the 9 Nether Realm. Venerable Master Li let out a long sigh. The place where the treasures are hidden is very dangerous. Tang family old man said. Our world is divided into Immortal Desolate and Spirit Desolate. Mortals and immortals can be separated. Immortals cannot come to Spirit Desolate, but 9 Nether Realm is different. There are all kinds of things with different strength. The deeper one goes, the more powerful they are. That old bastard Immortal King Fu Yun, how did he hide the treasures in this kind of place? Jiang family old man cursed in low voice. He really caused people to die. Qin Yun only knows that in his past life, he refined many formidable puppets and operated inside the 9 Nether Realm for a very long time. He built a city surrounded by red high walls. The sky above the city is shrouded by dense white fog. It is impossible to see inside. Moreover, it is protected by a very strong barrier. This is what the tiger turtle told him. The immortal supreme treasure is hidden inside the city. No matter, let's set off. Sea Demon King said. When the time comes, we just need to be careful. We have so many experts, we will surely reach the place where the treasures are hidden. Xian Si Divine Race's Patriarch said with smile. Our 2 great races experts have been using divine liquid to cultivate for many years, and sacred race experts have sacred blood inside their bodies. They are very strong. Immortal Desolate family experts have formidable immortal equipment. Dealing with those things in the 9 Nether Realm won't be a problem. Hearing his words, other people felt a lot more relieved. It must be known that those few Immortal Desolate family clans also called over some experts from Immortal Desolate, and those few sacred race clans also invited even more formidable elders to come out of seclusion. This is also to make it even safer. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing are not worried about danger. They are much calmer than those elders. After Qin Yun returned, he took away the star-traveling pagoda and set off with everyone. A group of people majestically left the Immortal Sect City. There are more than 1,000 of them. Qin Yun feels that if this kind of power appeared in the transcending Xian Sea region, they would be able to sweep through the entire sea region. Some are inside large carriages, some are riding ferocious beasts, some are running on the ground. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing are inside the large carriage. Tiger Turtle is sitting on the roof of the carriage. It is in charge of monitoring the situation all around. From the Immortal Sex City, with their current speed, it would take them a few days to reach the illusory Strange Mountain. Qin Yun took out some talisman papers and began crafting talismans. Xian Rujing originally thought that Qin Yun would use a carving knife to carve runes. She did not expect that he would use a mirror. After half an hour, he can craft a talisman. Do you have more of this kind of mirror? Refine some for me. Xian Rujing very much wants one after seeing it. This kind of mirror is very difficult to refine. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "What kind of talisman are you crafting? Can it be used in emergency?" Xian Rujing curiously asked. "I am crafting body-securing talisman and evil-subduing king talisman. If the things in the 9 nether realm are covered in evil energy, using evil-subduing king talisman can suppress them for a period of time. If there is no evil energy, using body-securing talisman can delay a bit," Qin Yun said with smile. "These talismans are not easy to craft, right? You can make them in a short time. How did you get that mirror?" Xian Rujing is very curious. She is ice and snow goddess. She has never seen this kind of thing before. "It's a secret," Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Xian Rujing lightly snorted and did not ask any more. 3 days passed by. Qin Yun has crafted 15 body-securing talismans and evil-subduing king talismans. And at this time, Tiger Turtle's voice came from the roof of the carriage. "Boss, 9 nether boundary steel is in front. We will enter 9 nether realm," Tiger Turtle said. "All right," Qin Yun responded, then took out a few cannonballs. They were crafted by Yao Fong using king-grade beast oil and her immortal king power. Qin Yun used Gemini treasure mirror to carve runes on the cannonballs. These are the runes used to craft body-securing talisman and evil-subduing king talisman. So long as the cannonballs are shot, they will produce a very strong explosion and will also have a certain body-securing effect. If used to deal with evil beings, using evil-subduing cannonballs is even better. The group has been in 9 nether realm for a day. It is now night time, but the group did not stop. They continued towards the strange illusory mountain inside 9 nether realm. "Boss, there is a situation." Tiger Turtle's voice is somewhat anxious. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing promptly got out of the carriage. "What's the situation?" Qin Yun looked all around but did not discover anything. "We are besieged by a group of beasts." Tiger Turtle's expression became grave. "I don't know what kind of beast group it is. There are so many of them. I guess they are bloody abyss ghost wolves." Chapter 1233. Mysterious Nether Beast. Chapter 1233. Mysterious Nether Beast. The Blood Abyss Wolves have not attacked yet, but they have already surrounded the team. Sea Demon King and the others have some skill. They already discovered a large number of Blood Abyss Wolves approaching. "Tiger, how strong are the Blood Abyss Wolves?" Qin Yun asked. "Hard to say, but there are a lot of them. I estimate several tens of thousands. If they besiege us and we don't deal with them properly, our team will be scattered." The Tiger Turtle looked at the distance and suddenly said, "Boss, look over there. There are many red light dots. That is the fighting state of the Blood Abyss Wolves." After Qin Yun looked over, he indeed saw many flickering red light dots. They are the eyes of the Blood Abyss Wolves. When the Blood Abyss Wolves attack, their bodies overflow with poisonous thorns. Moreover, their eyes shoot out red light. They contain very strong mental power attack. The Tiger Turtle said again. Xian Rujing said, "I wonder if those guys can deal with them or not." "It doesn't matter if they can or not, we must be prepared." Qin Yun took out the Lion King cannon. Xian Rujing nodded and took out an immortal sword. The Tiger Turtle said, "If they really can't block the Blood Abyss Wolves' attack, then we won't attack head-on, we will use our fastest speed to escape from the encirclement. Many fourth and fifth tribulation half-immortals brought their teams to attack. But not long after, waves of wolf howls echoed. Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit Eye and discovered many moving energy balls. There are many red energy balls. They are formed by countless blood abyss wolves. They are rushing over from all direction like tide. There are many blood abyss wolves. Qin Yun yelled in alarm. We should quickly notify Sea Demon King and let them kill their way out. Then we will quickly go to the strange, illusory mountain. Boom, boom, boom. Suddenly a loud sound of mountains collapsing and earth splitting echoed in the dark night. Flames soared to the sky from far away. Many large mountains suddenly collapsed. The tiger turtle shouted in fright. The blood abyss wolves' wolf king has arrived. Moreover, it brought many old wolves with it. These guys are very strong. Just as Qin Yun was about to notify Sea Demon King, he saw many sixth tribulation half-immortals rushing over. Don't care about them, we should run first. Qin Yun saw this situation and realized that he won't be able to do anything even if he participates. Should we inform those guys? Xian Rujing said. I sent a sound transmission to the Sea Demon King, and we arranged to meet at the illusory strange mountain. Qin Yun chuckled. We will leave first. The tiger turtle roared and turned into a big tiger turtle. The tiger turtle's shell was several meters wide, its four limbs were white tiger paws as thick as a water tank, its head was a mighty white tiger head, and its long tiger tail swept back and forth, stirring up gusts of wind. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing jumped on the tiger turtle's back and grabbed the thorns on the turtle's shell. The tiger tortoise let out a roar and rushed out. The others also knew that Qin Yun wanted to run, but they couldn't say anything. After all, the ferocious beasts they encountered in the nether realm were extremely terrifying, and there were many of them. The tiger tortoise's speed was not slow. When it flew out, its body released a white light barrier. Those bloody abyss ghost wolves sensed the tiger turtle's powerful aura and did not dare to approach. The tiger turtle has the strength of a fifth tribulation half-immortal. Even if it encountered a sixth tribulation half-immortal wolf king, it would still have the strength to fight. Qin Yun took out the Lion King cannon, placed it on his shoulder and fired a few shots at the wolves nearby, making them not approach. He did not use cannonball, rather he poured his half-immortal power into the Lion King cannon. Through the runes inside the Lion King cannon, it condensed into formidable energy and shot out. Although it is not as formidable as cannonball, it is more than enough to deal with those weak bloody abyss ghost wolves. The tiger turtle carried Qin Yun and Xian Rujing and very quickly rushed out of the wolf pack's encirclement. There was also a group of wolves following behind them, but they were completely routed by Qin Yun's Lion King cannon. The tiger turtle's claws are very formidable, even if it is a rigid rocky mountain. Its long claws can penetrate into the rocks and quickly and smoothly climb up the steep mountain. In just more than an hour, the tiger turtle crossed over many tall mountains and distanced itself from the wolf pack's encirclement. We are safe. Tiger, you are really awesome. Xian Rujing praised with smile. I have lived in this place for so many years, it is not because luck is good. The tiger turtle proudly laughed and said. After distancing themselves from the wolf pack, Qin Yun let the tiger turtle take human form, this way he can save energy. They are now standing on top of a tall mountain, looking at the direction where the killing intent soared to the sky. It is precisely the area surrounded by the wolf pack. They might lose a lot of people. Xian Rujing coldly groaned and said, These guys are really, they thought they could deal with the danger here before, now they are scared. If there were less people, they would not leak their aura and would not have attracted such a formidable beast pack. So many people, moreover they do not know how to hide their aura, after being sensed by the beast pack, they became prey. Therefore, the wolf pack turned out in full strength. The tiger turtle said with smile, They are courting death. Traveling in an area where fierce beasts run amok, it is indeed not good to have too many people, otherwise they would be regarded as prey by the formidable beast pack. Qin Yun said, "Their overall strength is not weak, they should be able to hold on for a period of time, right? Don't worry about them, let's hurry up and go to that strange illusory mountain first," Xian Rujing said while looking ahead. Qin Yun nodded, then they continued on their journey. They are now not far from the strange illusory mountain, there are still 2 days of journey left. On the road, Qin Yun and the other 3 tried to hide their aura as much as possible, this way they will not be discovered by the beast pack. Moreover, the tiger turtle can sense the fierce beasts all around and avoid them. Daybreak, Qin Yun took out a sound transmission magic tool and received Sea Demon King's sound transmission. After receiving the message, he said to Xian Rujing and the tiger turtle with smile, "They finally broke away from the wolf pack, many of them died. They also lost more than 100 people." Xian Rujing is somewhat amazed. Those wolf pack are very strong. They actually killed more than 100 people. I thought only a few dozen of them died. The tiger turtle said with smile, "Miss Rujing, you don't know about those blood abyss ghost wolves, those stupid wolves are not afraid of death. Moreover, there are so many of them are very strong. Facing those stupid wolves who don't care about their lives, they only lost more than 100 people, it can be considered very awesome. Sea Demon King told me to wait for them near the strange, illusory mountain. He also told me not to hastily enter the strange, illusory mountain." Qin Yun said with frown, "Why? He was afraid that you would run away with the steel? That shouldn't be the case. You signed a contract with them and promised to bring them to the 5th steel, as well as to the hidden treasure area." Xian Rujing is thinking about Sea Demon King and the others' goal while running. Qin Yun said with smile, "Forget it, let's wait for them to come. Maybe they are worried that I will be killed. After all, I am the key to obtaining the hidden treasure, they won't allow me to die." The tiger turtle laughed loudly and said, "Boss, will they be able to obtain the true treasure? I think they won't be able to obtain it, maybe they will even die inside." The tiger turtle is very clear about the hidden treasure area, it was created by Qin Yun's past life. If other people want to obtain the hidden treasure inside, they will most likely die 9 times out of 10. Qin Yun and the other 2 have already mastered the runes of the 4th steel, as long as they can get the runes of the 5th steel, it will be fine. Qin Yun and the other 2 very carefully crossed the mountain ridges and proceeded towards the strange, illusory mountain. The 9 nether realm is always dusky. During the day it is dusky, during the night it is pitch black, moreover it is filled with evil baleful aura. During the very pitch-black night, Qin Yun and the others finally arrived in the vicinity of the strange, illusory mountain. Originally, Qin Yun wanted to enter with the tiger turtle first and record the runes inside before doing anything else. However, after they arrived near the strange, illusory mountain, they sensed the aura of very strong, fierce beasts. Aren't there sacred race people here? Where did they go? How can there be such strong, fierce beasts? Qin Yun is extremely apprehensive as he looked at the tiger turtle. "Boss, I suspect that those sacred race people are all dead." The tiger turtle's expression became grave. "According to my many years of experience, the fierce beasts hiding in the vicinity are very dreadful, their strength is far above mine." Qin Yun took out a Vajra puppet and controlled it to run over. Now it is night time, the Vajra puppet cannot see anything, it can only sense its aura. Qin Yun is standing on the mountain peak. He used Extinction Spirit Eye to search the vicinity but did not see anything. Boom! After the Vajra puppet approached the strange, illusory mountain, suddenly a trembling sound echoed. Qin Yun saw a burst of light explode from that direction. The Vajra puppet has exploded. Very strong thing. Qin Yun touched the flash of light and saw a human figure. It is a very strong, fierce beast in human form. The tiger turtle's expression became grave. It said in low voice, "Boss, we shouldn't move recklessly. Wait for daybreak, when there is a bit of light we will take a look. If we can't, we will wait for Sea Demon King and the others to arrive. Qin Yun nodded. He no longer sent puppets over. Instead, he took out the Lion King cannon and used it to observe the area where the puppet was destroyed. Qin Yun can clearly see things in the dark night through the Lion King cannon. Xian Rujing and the Tiger Turtle are vigilant. Qin Yun also dared to concentrate his mind to investigate. Xiao Yun, did you see sacred race people? Xian Rujing asked. No. Not even a shadow. Qin Yun said with frown, but there are many traces of battle. The people of the saint race have either escaped or been killed. The vicious beasts guarding this place are very strong. Xian Rujing said to the Tiger Turtle. Tiger, is it possible that they are from your Tiger Turtle race? Not at all. I am the only one from our Tiger Turtle race who is guarding this place. The Tiger Turtle shook its head. Moreover, this aura is definitely not from our Tiger Turtle race. Qin Yun asked. Tiger, what kind of aura do you think it is? That guy turned into a human. I saw a little shadow just now. The Tiger Turtle looked all around and said in low voice, Boss, we should be a bit more careful. Nether realm fierce beasts in human form are very crafty. Don't get sneak attacked. Just as he finished speaking, Qin Yun sensed a dangerous aura approaching. Xian Rujing and the Tiger Turtle's expression greatly changed. Chapter 1234. Heavenly Lion in Human Transformation. In that split second, Qin Yun sensed that the aura is filled with extremely strong energy. It is in no way weaker than a sixth tribulation half-immortal. In a short moment, Qin Yun had a feeling that he was about to be killed. Boom! Qin Yun reacted the fastest. Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron flew out and floated in the sky. It is a sneak attack from the sky. They don't know what it is, but it can actually fly to the sky and attack them with very strong energy. Luckily Qin Yun took out Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron to block the energy, otherwise he would have been killed. That mysterious human transformation beast is very crafty. It did not directly come down, otherwise it would have been suppressed by Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. Qin Yun promptly took out Star Traveling Pagoda and placed it on the mountain peak. Then he let Xian Rujing and Tiger Turtle quickly enter the pagoda. After entering the pagoda, Tiger Turtle and Xian Rujing have lingering fear in their hearts. They were very close to death just now. What the hell is that thing? It can actually fly, moreover its speed is not slow. Qin Yun is very amazed as he looked outside through the window. Boom boom boom. Soon after, formidable power bombarded Star Traveling Pagoda. Tiger Turtle jumped in fright again. Seeing that Star Traveling Pagoda is very stable, it felt relieved. Boss, you really have a lot of good things on you. This pagoda is very awesome. Tiger Turtle wiped his sweat, let out a long sigh of relief, and said with smile. Xian Rujing is also sitting on a chair in the first floor of Star Traveling Pagoda. Qin Yun ran to the first floor and controlled Star Traveling Pagoda to absorb the aura outside. He took out a Tribulation Bringer talisman and began absorbing the aura inside. Then he took out a Spirit Chasing talisman and began absorbing the remnant aura outside. This way he can lock onto the location of that thing. After arriving at the first floor, Qin Yun handed over the Tribulation Bringer talisman to Xian Rujing and said, "Pour your energy into this talisman and activate it." Xian Rujing nodded and began pouring energy into it. After testing for a while, Xian Rujing said with frown, "Strange, I can't pour energy into it." "Really? Let me try." Qin Yun took the talisman and poured energy into it. There are 3 steps to using the Tribulation Bringer talisman. First is to draw your aura into the talisman. Second is to inject enough energy to activate the talisman. Third is to stick the talisman on your body to attract the half-immortal tribulation. Qin Yun tried several times but was unable to successfully inject energy into the talisman. This caused his expression to become somewhat ugly. "Boss, what's wrong?" the tiger turtle quickly asked. "This is a calamity bringer talisman. It can help people and beasts attract half-immortal tribulation." Qin Yun explained the situation of this tribulation bringer talisman in detail so that they can understand its usage. After Xian Rujing finished listening, her ice-cold jade-like face sank. She said in amazement, "You are unable to proceed to the second step. What does this mean? Isn't that guy a half-immortal?" Qin Yun nodded, his expression extremely solemn. The tiger turtle slapped its thigh and cursed in a low voice. "This is not the depths of the 9 underworld realm. How can there be such a thing?" Qin Yun is unable to confirm whether or not the 9 nether realm allows immortals to exist. If it really allows, he will let Yao Fong come out and maybe she can take care of the mysterious and powerful humanoid beast outside. He can't let Yao Fong come out before he is able to clarify the situation, because Yao Fong is the key to helping him enter Immortal Desolate ahead of time. If she comes out and gets sucked into Immortal Desolate, it will be very troublesome. Qin Yun promptly sent sound transmission to Sea Demon King and informed him of the situation here. After Sea Demon King heard, he loudly cursed. "Is there really such a powerful thing? What should we do? We can't defeat it. A powerful human transformation, immortal beast can easily kill a large number of 6th tribulation half-immortals. I don't know what to do for the time being. If you don't believe me, you can come over and investigate," Qin Yun said. "In short, I am now hiding on top of a mountain. After you approach, you will be able to see my pagoda. If you are not afraid of death, you can come over and enter my pagoda. We won't go over for the time being, let's clarify the situation first. Damn it, we are being besieged by a group of beasts again." After Sea Demon King finished sending sound transmission, he immediately went to deal with the group of beasts. Qin Yun stored away the sound transmission magic tool and sighed. "It is not going smoothly." Xian Rujing laughed and said, "It means your past life was very brilliant. You hid the treasure in a very dangerous place. It will be very dangerous if you want to go there. Not to mention how to obtain it. As I see it, apart from you, no one can obtain this treasure." "Boss, Miss Rujing is right. Could it be that it was left behind by your past life so that you could reincarnate?" the tiger turtle very curiously asked. "I also don't know, so I must go take a look." Qin Yun spread his hands and let Long Tianji come out. Long Tianji's body is only wrapped in black leather, revealing her slender jade-white beautiful legs and her fiery body. It made her already charming and bewitching look even more bright and beautiful. Xian Rujing secretly looked at Qin Yun with disdain. He is actually hiding such a woman. Long Tianji is not a human, she is a poison dragon spider. After she came out, she respectfully said to Qin Yun, "Master, do you have any instructions?" "Release some small spiders to scout the vicinity," Qin Yun said. Long Tianji is now a 1st tribulation half-immortal, she can condense many formidable small spiders. Long Tianji did as Qin Yun said and released a large number of small spiders. These small spiders are very fast, they are very small, there are a lot of them and they have very strong hiding ability. The tiger turtle saw Long Tianji and is somewhat afraid, it doesn't dare to look at her. "Tiger, what are you afraid of? It is not like she will eat you," Qin Yun said with smile. She has dragon aura on her body, moreover she has very strong poison power. I am most afraid of this kind of thing," the tiger turtle said in low voice. Long Tianji is standing beside a window, looking outside, she is controlling the small spiders to look for things in the vicinity. Not long after, Long Tianji yelled, "Master, 17 small spiders suddenly died. Did you see clearly what attacked them?" Qin Yun asked. The small spiders released by Long Tianji also have night vision ability. They can clearly see things in the darkness. I can't see clearly for now. I only know that the energy attacking the small spiders contains a faint dragon power. Long Tianji's expression is also very strange, she said again. This kind of aura is very strange. I can't immediately determine whether it is dragon energy aura or not. In short, it is my feeling. Qin Yun looked at Xian Rujing and said, like dragon but not dragon, do you know what it is? Xian Rujing is walking back and forth. Even though she is ice and snow goddess, she doesn't know many things about immortal desolate, let alone this 9 nether realm. The tiger turtle asked, could it be nether dragon? Long Tianji shook her head and said, no. Master can summon nether poison dragon. I am very familiar with that kind of aura. Not long after, a large number of small spiders were killed. Moreover, they were all killed by the same kind of energy attack. Quickly call back those small spiders. If too many die, it will also affect you. Qin Yun sighed. Long Tianji nodded and then called back a large number of small spiders. She stood at the door, turned the small spiders back into energy, and then returned to the 9 Sun Divine Soul. Qin Yun is standing at the door, looking at the darkness outside. He said with frown, it seems like I can only try another method. What method? Xian Rujing asked. Just as she finished asking, she heard a lion roar coming from outside Star Traveling Pagoda's door. Nether Realm Heavenly Lion. This Nether Realm Heavenly Lion is not very big. It looks like a normal lion, but its whole body is pitch black. Come in. Qin Yun stood at the door and opened the barrier, letting the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion come in. After the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion came in, it suddenly flashed and turned into a dark-skinned, robust youth wearing black clothes. Greetings, Master. I did not expect Master to come to 9 Nether Realm. The youth promptly knelt down on one knee and saluted Qin Yun. His handsome face is brimming with sunshine. He is brimming with happy smile. This. Qin Yun is stunned. He did not expect that the strongest Nether Realm Heavenly Lion he summoned would turn into a youth in human form. The tiger turtle said with smile, Boss, summoned Nether Realm fierce beasts can easily turn into human form in 9 Nether Realm. Qin Yun nodded. So it is like this. He promptly helped the youth up and said with smile, Little brother, what is your name? I don't have a name. The youth's face is filled with smile. His eyes are filled with curiosity. He looked at the tiger turtle and then looked at Xian Rujing. Will you always be my Nether Realm Heavenly Lion? Will I be able to summon you every time? Qin Yun doesn't know much about summoning divine ability technique. Master, after you awakened Heavenly Lion summoning technique, I was born. I will become stronger along with your strength. If you need more Heavenly Lions, I can split into several big ones. If you need only one Heavenly Lion, I will turn into a small one. The youth said. Alright, you will be called Little Ming from now on. Qin Yun is very happy to be able to communicate with his Nether Realm Heavenly Lion. Many thanks, Master, for bestowing a name. Little Ming said with slight excitement. Oh, that's right, Little Ming, there is a very powerful guy outside. He almost killed me before. Do you know what he is? Qin Yun asked. Little Ming is standing at the door, looking outside with frown and said, I don't know for now. How about this, I will go out and check the situation. Little Ming, will you die? Qin Yun anxiously asked. I won't die. If I am killed, I will be reborn in the nether sea of the realm of 9 underworlds, but it will take me some time to regain my current strength. Little Ming smiled and said, Master, you can summon me away according to the situation. Then I will not be killed. Qin Yun nodded and then let Little Ming go out. After Little Ming went out, he turned into a Nether Realm Heavenly Lion and quickly flew away. Not long after, Qin Yun heard the roar of the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion. Qin Yun promptly summoned the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion. Did that little guy discover something? the tiger turtle curiously asked. Chapter 12:35. Dragon Mantis. This time, Qin Yun summoned the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion to the first floor of Star Traveling Pagoda. After being summoned, the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion takes lion form and then takes human form. Xiao Ming, did you discover something? Qin Yun promptly asked. I saw that thing. It is a very strong nether monster. It has dragon head and mantis body. Nether monster is very strong, it has crossed 7 great tribulations. Xiao Ming said. I have also heard about the legend of Nether monster. It is said that it is formed from the fusion of many different kinds of soul bodies. That guy must have grown up from the fusion of a dead dragon and a mantis monster's soul. The tiger turtle suddenly said, That thing is very hard to deal with. Xiao Ming looked outside the window. His expression showed a trace of fear. That dragon mantis is not very big, but its speed is very fast and its power is very strong. I was almost killed. Just now, Xiao Ming used Heavenly Lion's heavenly roar to subdue the dragon mantis. For the dragon mantis, killing the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion was just a matter of a few moves. However, it had never encountered such a sound wave attack before, so it was stunned for a moment, giving Qin Yun the opportunity to summon the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion away. Qin Yun sighed and said, Xiao Ming, you go back first. When I need your help, I will summon you again. All right, master. Qin Yun began pacing back and forth, thinking about how to deal with the dragon mantis. Xian Rujing suddenly asked, Xiao Yun, your pagoda is very awesome, that dragon mantis doesn't dare to approach it. You just need to think of a way to move the pagoda to the vicinity of the strange, illusory mountain. This is indeed a very good method, but it will take a lot of time. This pagoda is very heavy, it will be very difficult for me to control the star-traveling pagoda to float in this state. Qin Yun also thought of this method, but it is very difficult to implement. Because it is very difficult to fly in this kind of place, especially to float high in the sky. Star-traveling pagoda is very heavy, Qin Yun cannot control it to float in the sky. There is another method. Qin Yun's eyes lit up. He looked at Xian Rujing and said, Rujing, how strong is your ice sealing power? Can the ice condensed withstand the weight of this tower? Xian Rujing thought for a bit and said with uncertainty, I also don't know, I will have to try to know. You want me to condense an ice road and then let this pagoda slide to the vicinity of the strange, illusory mountain? Qin Yun stood at the door, pointed to the front and said, We are at the top of a tall mountain. If we use ice to make a very long slide, we can slide over. I can try. However, I need a large amount of water to help me. It would be best if I could release a lot of water and then control the water to flow towards the strange illusory mountain. I can then use my ice sealing power to form an ice road, Xian Rujing said. There should be no problem. Qin Yun let out the cute little girl Shui Weiwei. After Shui Weiwei came out, she greeted Xian Rujing with sweet smile. Xian Rujing is also very fond of this lovely young girl. She caressed her tender and lovely face. Weiwei, there is a mountain in front of us. Stand here and release a large amount of water to form a river that flows in front of the mountain. Qin Yun pointed ahead. It is currently pitch black night, but Shui Weiwei can still see the illusory mountain. I will give it a try. Shui Weiwei closed her eyes and began condensing her power. After a while, she opened her eyes and raised her hands horizontally with her palms facing the front. She let out a delicate shout and a large amount of water rushed out with loud noise. Now Qin Yun is also pouring his power into Shui Weiwei's body. He is using his water divine ability, martial spirit, to pour divine ability power into Shui Weiwei's body to release even more water. Hua hua hua, a large amount of water. Moreover, it is releasing white light and flowed towards the illusory mountain. In just a short while, it has turned into a river. Qin Yun lightly inhaled. then looked at Xian Rujing and said, "It is your turn. Shui Weiwei is already done, but she needs to control the river, otherwise she will not be able to condense it into a river." Xian Rujing walked over and placed her hand on the source of the river. It is the water in front of Shui Weiwei. Xian Rujing has a mysterious ice sun inside her body. The power she is releasing is very dreadful. Just as she placed her hand on the water, cold energy rose up from the river. Not long after, the river turned into a long river of ice. Big Sister Rujing is really awesome. Shui Weiwei's body is shivering because of the ice-cold energy. Qin Yun laughed and placed Shui Weiwei into the 9 Sun Divine Soul so that she won't freeze. "I hope that dragon mantis won't come out and cause trouble," Xian Rujing said somewhat anxiously. She is constantly releasing ice power to strengthen the ice river and make the ice on it even more solid. Maybe that dragon mantis likes to eat authentic dragon meat. Qin Yun thought for a bit, then took out a few dozen meters long dragon body and threw it out. It is a very weak and small dragon. It has bones and scales on it. Qin Yun threw it out from the back of Star Traveling Pagoda. Not long after he threw it out, Qin Yun saw a black shadow rushing over and very easily picked up the dragon body with its mouth. Ling Yuner said, "Xiao Yun, how about you put the dragon meat inside the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron? Let's see whether or not that thing will jump in." Xian Rujing is reinforcing the ice river in front of the door. Qin Yun is throwing the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron out of the window. After the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron became bigger, the aura of the dragon meat floated out. However, the dragon mantis did not approach it. Maybe it is still eating the dragon meat, or maybe it is very vigilant and is worried that it is a trap, Tiger Turtle said. "That thing is very crafty." Qin Yun nodded and said, "I will first place the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron here. If it really jumps in and eats the dragon meat, it will take the bait. To ensure that the ice river will become even more solid, Xian Rujing continued to pour in ice power. After daybreak, she is very tired. She said in soft voice, "It should be enough." Daybreak arrived, the dragon mantis is still in the vicinity, they don't know where it is hiding. Qin Yun and others don't dare to go out. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron has been placed beside Star Traveling Pagoda all along. Moreover, it has become very big and is filled with dragon meat. The quality of the dragon meat is even better than before. However, the dragon mantis is not taking the bait. It did not jump into the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. Qin Yun has no choice but to temporarily place the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron here. "Hold on tight, I am about to begin." Qin Yun closed his eyes, used his mental power to control Star Traveling Pagoda to jump up and land on the ice river. Hoo hoo hoo! The ice river flows diagonally from the tall mountain to the bottom of the strange, illusory mountain. Now it is very fast sliding down. Ha ha ha! Truly satisfying. Tiger Turtle is beside a window, looking at the scenery all around. It is quickly sliding down and said with loud laughter. Star Traveling Pagoda very smoothly slid to the side of the strange illusory mountain. It is only a meter away from the mountain. Xian Rujing also let out a sigh of relief, then said to Qin Yun, "Help me devour the ice power of this ice river." Qin Yun nodded, then pulled Xian Rujing's hand and used Nether Sun's devouring power. Xian Rujing used Nether Sun to quickly devour the ice river's power. After more than 2 hours, the ice power returned to Xian Rujing's body. "Rujing, you stay here and look at the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron." Qin Yun took out the Lion King cannon and said, "I can see it very clearly with this." Xian Rujing took it, then leaned over the window and looked at the top of the tall mountain. Qin Yun and the Tiger Turtle entered the strange, illusory mountain. After entering, Tiger Turtle said, "Boss, all the sacred race people guarding in the vicinity have been killed by the dragon mantis." "Indeed. That thing is very fast, moreover it is very strong. It is certainly not simple." If we are targeted, we will have no place to run. Qin Yun nodded and then began splashing dragon blood on the steel. Just like before, the runes on the steel are all sun runes. Qin Yun let Emo record the runes, then erased a few dark runes and pulled out the steel. After the strange, illusory mountain disappeared, Qin Yun and Tiger Turtle quickly returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. Xian Rujing saw Qin Yun return and said, "That dragon mantis is wandering around the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. It seems like it likes to eat dragon meat. It seems like it knows that it is a trap, so it did not go over." At this time, Sea Demon King sent sound transmission to Qin Yun and asked, "Venerable Master Qin, what is the situation on your side? We will immediately go over." "Didn't I tell you? There is a ferocious beast with strength equal to an immortal here. Aren't you just courting death by coming over?" Qin Yun solemnly said. "It's fine, those big shots from Immortal Desolate said that their immortal tools can suppress that thing. Those sacred race people also said that they can deal with immortal beasts. They said they can deal with it, so they went over. I don't dare to go over." "They really came over?" Qin Yun said in amazement. "They are courting death by coming over." "Indeed," Sea Demon King said. Looking at Xian Rujing, who is at the top of the mountain through the Lion King cannon, Qin Yun suddenly yelled, "Someone has appeared. It is those old men from Immortal Desolate family. It seems like they want your heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron." Qin Yun promptly took out a far-seeing spirit tool and looked at the top of the mountain. Sure enough, more than 10 people have appeared. They are surrounding the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. Each and every one of them has excited expression. "They are dead for sure," Qin Yun cursed in low voice. "Dragon Mantis is approaching," Xian Rujing yelled. Qin Yun also took out a far-seeing spirit tool and gave it to the Tiger Turtle so that it can see the strength of the Dragon Mantis. Dragon Mantis is not very big, it is only 2 meters tall. Its whole body is pitch black, it looks like it is refined from black diamond. It has a pair of special black wings, its head is a dragon head, however it is rather small. It is very harmonious with the robust body of the dragon mantis. As soon as the dragon mantis appeared, its pair of sharp sickles began crazily harvesting. In the blink of an eye it cut off more than 10 old men's heads. "So awesome!" the Tiger Turtle exclaimed in admiration. "Indeed. Those old men all have defensive tools on their bodies, but they were all killed in an instant. How did the dragon mantis evolve to this level?" Qin Yun is also very amazed. After the Immortal Desolate family and Sacred Race old men panicked, they quickly calmed down and began fighting the dragon mantis. Great battle broke out and the mountain immediately collapsed. Although the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron was sent flying, it still landed on the ground. And now 2 more 6th tribulation half-immortal old men have died. "Venerable Master Qin, how can that thing be so dreadful?" Sea Demon King sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. His voice is filled with fear. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.